Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And I was like, hey, Hello. Good evening. To all of you coming up here, come on in, baby. Come on, and I ain't gonna bite you unless you ask me to, honey. Then depending on who you are. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers. So I know you have all of your comforts together because, darling, it's time to dish tea. That came up wrong. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. What's going on, babies? How was your Sunday? How was your Sunday? Baby, for me, today was a stagnant kind of day, you know. I have been waking up like 2 or 3 times, after last night. I tinkered on the computer for just a little bit. I got up, went to bed, okay? Laid down, went to sleep, got up. Laid back down, went to sleep, got back up. Tinkered, laid back down, got back up, okay? I didn't get out of the bed fully until about 11 o'clock when I actually said, okay, I'm up for good. Came to the computer, sat down, trying to get some things done here. And then that was about it. I was going to get ready to do a couple of other things, but I just did not. And it was just a blah day for me. And so in the interim of understanding the blah of what it was, I'm like, oh, okay. I realized what it was. And that there is, yesterday was such a heavy day. Today, my body was processing all that I had gone through yesterday because, I was emotionally distraught yesterday. And so today I realized that was just my body doing this thing of this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay. So I didn't do anything today. I didn't leave the house. I didn't put on no clothes until now. And hey, here we are. I'm here, in the land of the living and letting it be known that all is well. Ha ha ha. So having said all that, how was you guys' Sunday? Yeah, put it in the comments. Let me see who's all in here right now. We got Road. Hey, Road, what's going on? Okay, the princess is up in here. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. I'm here for the tea. Okay. Come on up here, get you a nice cup, honey. We got a big old pot. Hey, big old pot. Charles is up in there. Hey, Charles. How are you? Well, listen, we've got a few things we're going to go through today and make a couple of things happen. Hold on for a second, darling. Look, the green top container over there, the little box with the green top up there. Hand me that. It should have been on top of the TV, but you might have put it up under on the thing. But yeah. No, not the basket. It's a little box with the green top on, like a Tupperware bowl. So, look over there by the TV. It's either next to the TV or you put it under there where the movies and stuff is. No, it's not over here. It's over there. So be that as it may. So that's what's going on, my darlings. So I want you guys to put it in your little things, honey, how your day was as we get started with today's show. Now, this is a Soulful Sunday, so you guys know I try to make sure that on Sundays or whenever we're doing something here, that we do something that's going to give you some tools and stuff to help motivate you and inspire you to do. Uh, um, no, it's a clear bowl with the green top, like a Tupperware bowl. Um, so yeah. Thanks, God. You said you like my shirt. Okay, yes, I have. I'm going. It's this here. Y'all see that Stephanie Mills on the shirt? Ha ha ha. Yes. Okay, Stephanie Mills. And so I have a few others that I'm going to be. So today is Stephanie. I got a few others I'm going to be showing you that I got. Okay. So yeah. Um. So today I called today's show. I ain't been licked. Mm-mm. I ain't been licked. Come on, Ross. Um, so today, I had a conversation earlier, um, with one of my children. I call him affectionately one of my children, and he's in transition. He's coming back up here from Florida, and I hadn't heard from him for a minute. And I was like, "Hey, baby, what's going on? I'm checking in on you." And he was like, "Oh, everything has failed. What he was down there to do." He's like, "Oh, this is just a failure," and blah, 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 blah. So he's got to pack up and come back here to Atlanta. And I was like, wait a minute, what you mean? And so as he was telling me what was going on with him, he's at that place of despair, like, damn it, I done did this, and all of my efforts are not working, and fuck it. How many of y'all have had that feeling of despair? Like you just at the end of your rope, you really just want to give up, hell, fuck it, fuck it. Kind of suicidal or whatever. Like, listen, if I just leave the fuck up out of here, I ain't gonna worry about this shit no more because I'm tired. I'm gonna put all of my money, all of this, all of that. I thought this was gonna be the thing. It ain't working out. I'm broke. I got to start all over again. Don't know how to start. How many of y'all have ever been in that particular place? I know I have. And uh, um, when you get there, what do you do? How do you recover? How do you bounce back? How do you navigate those waters? You know, how do you get back into yourself? How do you reclaim yourself so that the muck and the mire you don't succumb to the muck and the mire and subscribe to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start getting into that negative place, the negative energy starts to take over and it becomes overwhelming. And then it gets you into those places to where despair sets in, and then you may want to think about suicide. You may want to think about harming somebody, or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or depression will set in, and you get into those places to where you don't want to fuck with nobody. Just let me get to myself. You don't want to talk to nobody because you get tired of rehashing the story. Because if you tell the story, then you're listening to yourself have those moments. And it's like, okay, damn, I fucked this up. I'm a failure. I'm a this, I'm a that. And then you just start beating yourself up. And I had explained to him, he thought that going to Florida was going to be the thing, and blah, 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 blah. I said, no, sweetie, Florida was your safe space. Okay. You've had success there before, blah, 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 blah. But you've outgrown it. When you left, you're a different person now when you went back. So going back, it's not going to have the same purpose as it did the first time. See, had he stayed there, when he was in the wheel of everything when he first got there, everything would be fine. But you left. Your growth was out of the way, and you grew and you developed, you learned yourself as a person. You learn how to be in other places. Okay. Then it wanted to go back to what you call safe. It wasn't necessarily home anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give y'all this anecdote, or an example rather. You know how when we were kids, living at home with your parents, everything is everything, and that was home. But how was it when you moved out and then you were forced to move back home with your parents? Okay. Yeah, it's home, but it ain't home, right? Because why? You're not the same person. Life experiences are different. You have experienced life as an adult. You don't feel like putting up with mama's rules and shit anymore. Then you have to run the risk of, okay, I'm at home with mama, so I'm still her child. So it's like, okay, go in there and wash them dishes. Excuse me? You know what I'm saying? It becomes all of that. And it's like, okay, oh, I got to get my own place. I got to get my own, because I'm self-sufficient. You want to have a little company. You can't have people over like you would at your place because you can't regulate it, right? So what happens? Even though you are welcome there, it's still not home. So it gives you the motivation to what? To get up, get back on your feet, to start over, to get the hell out, right? Same thing with what his situation was as far as going to Florida and thinking that, okay, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna get this done, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And yet you're faced with so many obstacles, faced with so many uh distractions and carrying on, and so many naysayers and stuff that your purpose has been defeated. But has it been? Because oftentimes what we don't see is the blessing in that. Because we're so busy jaded with or single tunnel with, okay, this ain't working. Why ain't this working? And oh my. And oftentimes we don't step back to say, you know what, this ain't the place for me. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the place for me. I did that when I moved in with Joyno. Okay. And when we moved in together and things of that nature, uh, the reason behind it was false. Okay. The reason behind it was false. And then what started to happen was I started to realize that we were not good for each other like that, you know, because what I had to realize and learn was that our friendship was based off of his manipulation of me. Yeah. Because he knows my heart and I knew who he was. And then knowing him to be a little selfish motherfucker, I knew that, but I went in anyway, thinking that because of the type of friend that I am, I was going to be different, and I wasn't going to treat him the way other people treated him and carrying on. Kind of like it's the reverse. It was Ike and Tina. You know how Ike would always say, "So you gonna leave me like everybody else, and you gonna do this, and you just gonna leave me and forget about me?" And she would say, "Ike, I would never do that to you. I would never do that to you." And then she suckered her in, and carrying on and playing on that particular soft string because everybody else knew he was a wonderful musician, but they done made it bigger than he did and before him and this, that, and the other, and then didn't necessarily go back and bring him along the way, not knowing that, hell, I couldn't do that. That's not what my contract said. My contract said they wanted me. They didn't want me and. You know what I'm saying? Remember in the movie, and Ronnie Spector wanted to record with Tina. He didn't want Ike and Tina. He wanted Tina. Okay, and so their whole manipulation. I'm using that as an example because that whole kind of manipulation was what my friendship was with Joyno. Okay, and when I was able to stand up and look at it for what it was, I was like, oh shit. I done did it again. I done put myself in a situation to where wanting to be a good friend, I have sat up here and let him manipulate me. I heard it, you know. I would sit down there and I would call him out on it. Yeah, bitch, you okay, you playing with my intelligence and carrying on. But because I didn't want to necessarily have an argument or, destroy us and have a tense moment, I acquiesced and went on with it. But that was the nature of our friendship. Okay. And then I had to do something about it. Okay. And eventually I came down here to Atlanta. Uh and ultimately we end up dissolving that friendship. So much so to where I had just last month or the month and a half ago, maybe, I found out that he had passed and he'd been dead for his mother died 4 years ago and he died 2 years ago. And I was like, ooh. you know. But he had been in my spirit all that time, and I was like, oh, I need to send him something or whatever. I had rented a car. I was gonna do a drive-by, but the ignorant motherfucker that he was, he'd have got mad because I just showed up at his doorstep and not called or this, that, and the other, not appreciating the fact that I just drove 2.5 hours to come to see your bitch ass. But that wouldn't have been the thing. Okay. But he passed on. So and I didn't realize that I had the kind of emotional reaction that I had with it. I had to call my mom. I was like, Mama, ooh. And I told her what it was. But I said all that to say that oftentimes we get caught up in not realizing that it's no longer home and the situations are no longer what they are, and so how do we reclaim ourselves and how do we move on so that we don't get sucked into the abyss of the negativity? You know what I'm saying? How did you reclaim yourself? Coming out of bad relationships or a bad job, you got fired from your job or they let you go. I mean, now we in COVID, we in pandemic mode. So many of us have been separated from a job because of the pandemic and don't know what the hell to do. How can I get over? Then the government want to play with your money. They don't know if they want to give you the stimulus check or not, or keep you surviving. You know what I'm saying? The unemployment about to run out again, and they don't know what the hell to do because shit, we can't survive off of the little stuff that's going on now. So they don't know what the hell to do. Or, yes, they do. They just don't want to do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So that there was that. So how do we do all that? So we're going to get into some of that today. I want you guys to put up in here, what do you do to do that? Red, I'm finna to bring you up in here. I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to go to these comments at the same time. So come on up in here. And
55th Street, baby. Oh, bam. 55th Street, baby. Pay the man. All right. Oh, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on?
Love last night's show. Thank you, baby. Okay, the princess is in the building. Okay, Charles, you doing good. That's cute. Okay. What it be? Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, I had put that one up there earlier. You see my shirt of Stephanie Mills on the shirt, honey.
Don't nobody care about your shirt. Don't nobody care about your shirt.
Do you have Whitney Houston shirt? Yeah, I do have a Whitney Houston shirt. That's coming later. Okay. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Okay, now sell it in a yard sale, honey. How about that? Let it go full circle. Okay. I do. I think if you live long enough, we'll all be at that point. Of course, darling, but you said that's a mouthful right there, which is why I wanted to have this particular discussion, because oftentimes, this here is what keeps us human. And I don't care what demographic that you're in, what social economic status that you have. We all, I call them Job moments. Y'all know, and for those of y'all who are traditional Christians or any of y'all who have studied the Bible any kind of way, y'all know Job, and not Job, Job. Okay. Job was the one, honey, that according to how it's taught, that Satan wanted to persuade, test God and say, no, he will curse you. He will curse you. And God like, no, I know mine. And that one ain't gonna do it. You could do anything to him but take his life. Okay, you could do anything but take his life, and he's not going to do. And according to the story, his wife has killed all his kids, all his land, all his animals, all of this, all his friends. And then the friends was, you just need to go ahead on and cuss God and just get this over with, because you going through it. No, my faith in God is everything. My faith in God is not going to do this. And God, for whatever this is, God got me going through this for a reason. But, now it is said that he did not curse God, but he cursed the day that he was born, which is why February only has 28 days, because February 29th was supposed to have been his birthday.
Leap year.
Okay. That's why it's a leap year. Okay. Who knows, child? I'm just telling y'all what was told to me in Bible study at one particular point. Okay.
Well, all know who wrote it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I said all that to say that everybody has those moments where it just seemed like everything that you are doing, everything that you had, You in that place where it just seems like nothing is going right. Shit done been taken from you. Somebody that came in and stole this and stole that. You know, worked hard to get it. Now it's gone. And I know how I am. I'm very sensitive. I done had my music stolen from me up, you know, I won't say umpteen times, but enough times to where my music is everything. And I got shit that's now you can't find.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you something, Meech. I have constantly had people steal my ideas because I've been deemed a brilliant man when it comes to business and creativity of where to make that coin jump. Boy, I had to step back for a while and sit there, and I said, okay, let me doggone redo this, revamp this. So from now on, the way I do everything, I put that doggone Anglo-Saxon paperwork on their ass now. You can't even talk to me unless you doggone sign the paperwork, because the first time I see you doing anything, the disclaimer says that I own your ass if you try me. Okay?
Right.
I had to do that because I realized people doggone, they bring you in, they suck you dry for all your information, and then they figure out, well, hell, I might be able to do this and cut the motherfucker overhead, cut the middleman out. Way to fuck him about his shit. So I said, but one thing about me and two things for sure, if I own something outright, like this Atlanta Hot Radio, you can't fuck me out of it. You can't do nothing but make it bigger, because everybody gonna want to know the story. No matter how I have moved with this doggone radio, right along with me. One thing for sure, if you fuck with me, you're gonna have to fuck with me again, because all the people, goddamn it, they gonna goddamn check in with me before they check in with anybody else.
Okay, now how about that? Okay, wait a minute. He says here, I try my best to assess the situation from all angles, figure out where I went wrong, see what I could do to make some adjustments, and try to make my best move forward. Okay, okay. Same here, says the princess. Okay, you got to put God first. When life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you look up, you can get up. Ooh, I like that. But here's what you said something, Norma, that we have to realize, because you said try to land on your back, okay? But often there are times when you don't, okay? There are times when you don't, there are times when you can't. You go face down in the mud, okay? You'll scar yourself on the concrete or whatever. Then what do? Because now you're a bloody mess, you're a messy mess, or carrying on or whatever. You got egg on your face. How do you recover from that? Because see, let me tell you something. It's those moments that I'm speaking of now that keep folks embarrassed, that keeps folks, you know, feeling humiliated. Then they go hard on themselves and then start to doubt themselves and doubt their abilities, doubt their talents. And it takes a minute because now you got to process it down. You got to go through the process.
Means you and I know that is. Process is one of our projects. Remember that? The process.
Yes, honey.
Okay, so let's keep it 100. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry.
That's right. Okay? That's right.
You fall face down in the mud and you bust your face on the doggone mud, you need to sit back and think historically. The Indians took the mud and put it over the doggone scars to heal them. So you got to figure it out. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry. You got to learn to doggone use what you have been broke down to get back up again. Right. You got to find the strength in it. And how do you do that? Is because you get back to yourself. I was telling this to my friend. I was like, listen, sweetie, I need you to start to reclaim yourself, reclaim your time, reclaim your energy, reclaim your peace, reclaim your mindset. And then he mentioned something, because he got divorced. But he said, my life ain't been right since that divorce. I said, because you still having the residue of that divorce on you. You have not washed yourself, and you have not cleansed. Exactly. You have not cleansed yourself from that divorce, because when you got to Florida, it was the residue of him or of the divorce rather that met that. That's the energy that everything was meeting. See, because you're processing that down. You was running from that. And so the energy was the residue of the divorce. So now since the divorce failed, then you met failure. You came with failure to meet failure. See? So you haven't processed that down. So now you got to go through the process of washing that divorce off. I said, honey, it's just like when you in the bathroom and you clean in the bathroom and you got that black mold around the tub.
what do? You got to get the bleach, and you
Get
got
it
to
out.
go in there and kill that shit.
Get it out.
Okay, you got to go in there and kill it. It's not about pussyfooting around. And I know some of y'all done tried to calm it and Ajax it. You got the little white little eraser thing or whatever, but but it don't work. Do it. You got
Ain't
to
worth
go
a
in
damn.
there and you got to get the bleach and you got to spray it down, let it sit, and then you go up in. Then you got to go scrub. Okay. Then you got to go up in there and scrub.
I done
Okay.
Charles. What's going on, Charlie?
So because of that there is what this is. So we have to be willing and ready to do the work that is required. But oftentimes we're scared of the process because y'all have heard me say this before, and that there is in the first book, Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey. Okay. The process is sandpaper for the soul. Okay. The process is sandpaper for the soul. Okay. And it ain't easy. It is not for the lighthearted, but everybody has to go through it. And if you fuck with it, it's gonna start over. Because the process is gonna take its own time. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker. Okay. That you can't get around it because it's got to get all of it out. So and most of the time it's because you got to face what wronged you. You got to face your responsibility in it because you got to take accountability for the part that you did in it. Okay. Then you got to sit up there and acknowledge the hurt. Because oftentimes we don't want to experience pain. We keep saying, "Oh, I can't hurt like that." And what do we do? The first time we start feeling pain or whatever, what do we grab a cigarette, we grab a cocktail, honey. We go get something to eat. We go to the store, start shopping. Some those of us who weed smokers, you grab a blunt, honey. Okay, because you're trying to.
Meech, it's safe to say
Uh-huh.
that is the one time that a man and a woman are equal on the edge when they're on the edge. I'm gonna tell you why I say this.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
A man is too prideful to talk about his part he played in the situation.
Right there. Right there. Right there.
Is too stubborn to apologize for what she did.
Right.
So now you got now all of a sudden the scales done balance because both of y'all are sitting there looking at each other like two assholes. And one of them got to move a little bit in order to goddamn move forward, one way or the other. There's no such thing as eye to eye equal no two face to face and moving forward. There's no level playing field. Somebody runs faster. I don't care how you want to say it. Somebody sing a higher note than the other. Someone write faster. Someone read faster. I don't care what you do.
Right.
It has to move a little bit in order for the world to go around in a 360-degree travel. That's it.
Okay. And
but we got
what you got, Bud?
Pride.
So yes, me.
Stuff.
Sometimes when people reveal their true selves to people, you actually arm them with the weapons to use you and eventually hurt you. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Prayer Congress does the right thing this week. Okay. Von Jerice is up in the house. Hey, Von. Okay. Hey there, my Mellow right there. What up, dude? Big Red. Hey, Big Red. Hello, Sir Demetrius. Okay, yes, there we go. Okay, that's right. We all need to learn how to play the game. Okay. What's good, family? Hey, Vince. What's up, baby? What you know no good? Okay. Coach V. Okay. I always try to remember what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now let's go there because see, let's go there because see, oftentimes I think a lot of times we hold on to that, but it's become cliche because a lot of people still don't know what being stronger is because they don't do the work. They love what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Well, what don't kill me make me stronger. But oftentimes they think because they ignore it, don't talk about it, or leave it the fuck alone, that makes me a strong person because I got through it. No, you skated by it. If you have not really dealt with it, then it's going to come up, and it's going to come up in other ways because it's going to manifest itself. Anytime you do not take the time to deal with something, and let me make this clear, because oftentimes some folks think that dealing with something means that I got to go get closure, or dealing with something means that you're going to start shit, because you got something to say. That's not always the tea, because oftentimes folks who go starting shit and stirring pots are usually doing that to be petty because you're hurt. And when you're hurt people hurt people. Okay? I'm gonna say it. Hurt people hurt people. Okay? And oftentimes when you go stirring a pot and starting shit, it's because that's that hurt. Want somebody else to feel something because you want them to hurt like you do. And oftentimes that backfires, because if the other person starts to feel hurt, then they start throwing slurs back, and then they start to cut you deeper because you're already coming in there hurt. So now they're going deeper, and the cut get deeper and it goes down and it gets longer. So now we'll start it off as a little something I can just whip up, basically put a Band-Aid on or whatever, little mercurochrome, honey, and it'll sit. Okay, maybe a little triple antibiotic ointment. Now this bitch stuff became a whole motherfucking gash. And damn near, I almost got to go get a goddamn a surgery or whatever because you have cut the artery trying to kill me. And oftentimes that there is that. So we have to understand, no, it didn't kill you, but are you really stronger? Or are you faking it till you make it because you think because ignoring it is what's gonna make you stronger?
Yeah,
okay.
But they don't understand. They don't understand. You can go through something and you call yourself doggone, what don't, you know what I'm saying, don't kill you, make you stronger. But guess what? It made the cushions in the soles of your shoes a little thinner because you're walking with that same luggage on your back. It's weighing you down. You can pretend, you can take it off your face and put it on your shoulders, but son, guess what? It's still there.
Right. Okay. If this discussion was a book, I would entitle it, So This Is What I've Learned, Life Lessons and How I Move Forward. Okay. So this is what I've learned. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Now what you say, what happened when the one who was always the bigger person is tired of being the bigger person? How about that? Let's go right there. Oftentimes when that happens, darling, it's because the one who was always the bigger person, we have got to take our own medicine and we got to put ourselves, we're part of the problem. See, being the bigger person usually means that we don't want confrontation. We start to believe in their potential because, we see what y'all heard me say this before, I'm tired of always being the understanding one. I understand this and I understand that. And because I took the time to learn the person, and this is interesting because this is going to segue into something I was going to talk about too. You deal with people differently. And when you're somebody who takes time to learn people, okay, you know that, okay, Red, I'm going to use me and you. All right. I know that I could come to you with anything. But I also know that there are moments where, out of respect for you, the kind of locker room talk that I like to have, I won't give it your way. Because I know you're still learning certain things that I can't come out of a bag. Because if I come out of a bag, it'll take you to a place and that you have to process. Okay? And you're cool, but it still take that moment of, what the fuck did you just say? Okay. What? And then it's like, motherfucker, y'all do that? And then it comes there. They're like, oh, okay. And versus coming out and saying, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? It becomes, oh, okay, you know what? Wait a minute, this is my boy, and this is still a learning process. And, I'm not one of the ones that's going to bash some shit like that, but that's fucked up. See, all that goes on. So rather than have you go through all that, I know how to dirge. Okay. And in doing that, now I can do that with you. Einstein, on the other end, he's so goddamn frail and nervous, honey. I can't have no kind of conversation with him. Okay. Because he's become my little punching bag. You know, when I just, if there's a straight boy who I just want to fuck with, you know, just to fuck with him, just to get him out.
Baby, you want something? You want a drink?
You know, just to fuck with him. You know, he's that guy. But I also know that he's the guy that I can fuck with. You know,
right?
Because he would take it in the sense that I'm fucking with him, and you know I'm just fucking with him. Versus what's my boy? Smack is one, but not Smack. What's the other child? What's the thin boy at the radio station? What's the thin boy? I can't call his name. Get his name.
What's your boy? Radio station.
Easy.
Easy the boss. Yeah.
Easy. Thank you. Yeah. Listen.
but let me tell you something. You conquered a major plateau in making him comfortable because those conversations have came up before. Easy was my target for my other character on the radio that I play.
Okay.
And when he knows it's me playing the character, the fact that I target him with the phone calls and the whole 9 yards, he couldn't take it. He couldn't understand it. So really, I used to irritate the fuck out of him with chitlin and gravy.
Right. Okay.
Right. So, but when it was different for you to be right there on set. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my point of not saying nothing to him, I wanted him to run right into it. So when he got there, he was like, "Yo, when you start speaking your mind," he said, "What you got going on here?"
Right. But and I'm saying all that to say that being the person who is the bigger person, having to know all these different outlets and understanding all of this, there are moments where it gets tiring because I'm like, shit, I just want to just flip the fuck off because I'm human like everybody else. Okay? But because and I'm gonna use my road dog. My road dog is one who I had to not necessarily tiptoe around him, but he doesn't like confrontation. And he tells me all the time, you know, when I get a certain tone in my voice that becomes parental, you know, very authoritative and carrying on. And when he started to hear that tone, he will zone the fuck out on me. Okay, just zone out. And then if he thinks that I'm attacking him, he'll give me a silent treatment for a week. He won't talk to me. He won't text me. He won't shit. Okay, even when I got to put his ass in check. Okay, now the flip side of that coin is being the understanding person. I become the dumping ground. Now I'm supposed to always understand y'all. I'm supposed to just take it because, I'm meat. And I'm supposed, you know, so y'all can come rat at me, faggot this, faggot that, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. I'm supposed to just take it. But now if I want to cut back, I got to, you know, rewind a little bit before.
Let's keep it 100 though. I understand that you respected me and, you know what I'm saying, you respected me in the light of being a heterosexual male. But at the end of the day, I'm a different kind of dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's part of the understanding.
That's part. Personally, I said, now you might say something. I might laugh more than I doggone try to process it, and I'm going to respond.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But later on, if it was a confusing thing that I didn't understand, I'm going to ask you later.
Right.
You know, if you happen to be in a circle of people, you know what I'm saying? I would ask you later. You know what I'm saying?
But we have come to that. And all of this is to prove the point that oftentimes being the bigger person or the understanding one all the time, there are moments when you get tired of it, because oftentimes those of us who are the bigger people and the understanding ones, we're usually the ones who are the fix-it children.
Yep.
Okay. We're the go-to person. We're the one that everybody come to for answers. We come to solve the problems. And like I say, in the first book, Awakenings, okay, I am not your God. And we have to get to a point where we stop placing ourselves in that responsibility. And oftentimes when you go through the process of understanding what your role of it is, what you truth is a bad bitch. Oh, you like that one? Truth is a bad bitch, honey.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when we start the process of understanding what the hell all this is,
Right.
that's the part that a lot of us overlook. Our part in it is that we've accepted and put ourselves in places where we knew in the long run we didn't want to be there, because it starts off temporarily, and we knew it. A lot of us already know, if I take this on, this is going to become a project.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't the simple, okay, homeless guy on the street, I'm gonna give him $1, he gonna go on about his business. It ain't that. It ain't that. This becomes the stray dog. The stray dog just got your scent. You done gave them something to eat, so now they gonna stiff you out and they come right back on your doorstep. Okay.
Right.
Now the last time you gave them just a chicken, a chicken bone, okay, a drumstick bone. Then this time you gave him the whole drumstick, because you don't eat the drumsticks of the chicken. I like the thighs. Then you done gave him the drumstick and some water. Okay. To where eventually you're gonna come back and you'll end up bringing the motherfucker in the house. Then the stray dog starts to shit the shit in the carpet and carrying on. And no matter how many times you smack him in the nose or whatever, he done now called this home. Flea infested little motherfucker. Okay. So now you done took on responsibilities, because now you gotta go get him defleed, groomed and carrying on. Now he done became a motherfucker, a liability. He wasn't an asset because he's a liability. Because now that's taking more money out your kitty, because you done took on responsibility. And then on top of it, this child did not bring anything to the table but barking and an attitude. And then dogs don't communicate anyway, do they? Let that sink for a minute. Don't say nothing. Let that one. Dogs don't communicate anyway, do they, ladies? Let that one sit there for a minute. Bitches don't communicate either, do they, men? Sit down and think about that for a minute. Okay. Right. Okay. So oftentimes, what happens when you get tired of the dog, then we give folks a try to go way out and drop the dog out in the forest some damn way, drive around in circles to confuse it, you left shit. Okay. Okay, water down shit so he don't smell. Okay. Took their way out so they can't follow the scent back home. Okay. And things of that nature, because you done got tired of it. Okay, but by that time, you done invested so much in it to it's your project now. Okay, so now all your resources, when you get to that point of being tired, then you look at, okay, all the resources that I've used that could have went elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? All of this, all of that. Then that's when you start to load yourself and beat yourself up and this, that, and other. Instead of saying, okay, wait a minute. You have to acknowledge the hurt, because the hurt ain't going nowhere. You have to acknowledge it first. When you start to acknowledge the hurt, be like, damn, I'm hurt. I'm mad because this is, when you acknowledge it and say it out loud, you decrease its power immediately. Then it starts the process of, okay, you understand? I love this. When I interviewed Sherelle said her grandmother told me, she said, my grandmother told me this. She said, honey, the truth only gonna hurt one time, but a lie, it's gonna take you to your grave. It'll hurt you till you're dead. You gonna scar forever. Okay. She said, the truth only gonna hurt one time. And when she said that, I said, whoo, shit. Because that's so true. Because when you hear truth for the first time and somebody throw your shit at you and you gotta face yourself, that very first time, yeah, that's some hurtful shit. But it's only gonna hurt that one time.
Why is it, and men and women are guilty of this?
Why
is it that they think so highly of themselves but hate their own medicine?
Because oftentimes we as human beings are always wanting to be right. See, a lot of stuff that we do for the sake of wanting to be right, not for the sake of healing and health. We want to be right. And when it comes down to taking your own medicine, it's just like, listen, you hear it all the time. You know, how many times have we as children had to do that with our parents? Your parents told you don't lie, but yet when the bill man was calling on the phone, tell him I ain't home. But mama, you said don't lie. Boy, don't tell him what I said. You know. Now you got threatened with an ass whooping because you ain't did what your mama said, but you told me don't lie. You know.
Boy, you heard what he said?
Okay. Okay.
You don't lie, but the bill man called, and when you hear some phone, you like, tell him I'm not here.
Okay.
He said, lie.
And then what do we? She said she ain't here. Okay. So there we have it. Okay, let me bring Nikki up in here and I'm gonna go to the comments because she done came up in here. What's up, girl?
Hey, y'all.
Oh, okay. Get yourself. You sound a little muffled, but let me go to the comments.
In my muffle, I got my earbuds in my muffle. I was trying not to have to leave the room. Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
Shut the hell up.
Sound like
Still. You said what?
Sound like your hairdo.
First of all, ain't nothing wrong with my hair today. I just got this oil hair because I just don't feel well.
Okay.
Every time I don't feel good and I say I'm going to stay in the damn comments, then you motherfuckers get to talk about shit that's too damn good for me to just stay in the damn comments. Talking on my fucking nerves. Can we just have a day? Won't y'all have a day that some shit that I just totally don't give a shit about so I could just be in the comments like everybody else?
You need to bring your ass to work.
Right.
My ass is at work. This is a new way to be at work. They said I could do it like this, so I'm here.
Listen, Eric he said, yes, some people do tend to mask the real issues and not really deal with the core of the issue. Yes, Red, as we as men often let our ego and pride get in the way and do not admit our wrongdoings. Great points, my people. All right. Okay. And then if you don't deal with it, it didn't make you stronger. You're not strong until you face it, deal with it, and learn from the situation. And not just learn from it, then you got to apply the lesson. Once you learn it, then you got to apply it.
Yeah, okay, you got to apply it.
You have to apply it. You have to apply it. Okay.
That's what made me come in.
Okay, if someone mess with me, I'm going to let you a big red know.
When y'all was saying how it didn't make you stronger. No, motherfucker, if you don't deal with something that don't make you stronger, and I'm tired of people even believing that bullshit. Well, because you think I said the hell with it, that made you stronger. No, dummy, you didn't face it. Whatever it was is an obstacle for you. Well, you wouldn't even be saying it made me stronger. Because the only time we gotta say it didn't kill me, but it made me stronger is when we had a lesson to learn.
How about it?
But if you didn't learn it because you didn't face it, you didn't deal with it, you didn't learn, you didn't do any of that. So it didn't make you stronger. You still the same motherfucker you was before.
Breathe, nigga.
You still
okay.
I would tell you stand up, but if you're sitting down, I wouldn't know the difference no goddamn way. But yeah.
Shut the hell up. Now listen, we don't be talking about by height challenges, sir.
Listen,
Sir.
he's talking about some heterosexual husband. Y'all leave my heterosexual husband alone.
Look, you called his name. I wouldn't have said nothing.
Hey,
Leave my heterosexual
I
husband
didn't call his name. You called his name.
Nikki,
Huh.
he'd say he wore his hair down for him at my birthday party.
I heard. Poor thing. He almost died, didn't he? He all right?
Listen. You know, listen. Now, see, you see, this gets a kick out of Red. Red just loves the shit out this goddamn story.
Me too. It be so damn funny every time,
He
though.
just loved this shit because I did not recognize him. I was going outside to get him, right? And I did not recognize him because, you know, from a distance, he looked like a little mulatto, little white boy with a tan. And then he reminded me of my cousin from a distance. I was like, who the fuck is this? And he had his hair down because, you know, I don't know him with his hair down. He always had.
I don't think I've ever seen him with his hair down either.
And
I don't
so
think I have.
when I walked up, when he called me out, he said, "Hey, Meeks, what's up?" I said, "Oh, shit, I'm out here to come and get you." You know, so I had to play it off and keep my cool or whatever. I'm like, "Oh, well, shit." They were like, "Oh, shit."
Oh Lord.
Okay.
But I will tell y'all, when I see it's fun to mess with Einstein, but I swear to God, Easy is the best. Poor Easy. Poor Easy. And we don't make it no better for Easy when we in there. We don't make it no. First of all, y'all know me and Red ain't got no fucking sense. So y'all know me and Red gonna keep the shit spiced up any goddamn way. And we but you know what? It was a good thing because you know what? And that I don't think in another situation around other people, he would have been able to start being able to process it.
I know, right?
I think he would still have that I gotta maintain my manlyhood, so don't nobody think I'm this or think I'm that. It's done at the radio station in such a way where he can start being able to actually process and get it, and know that just because somebody's gay does not mean they want your ass.
But here's where it was, because again, now we're talking about processing and getting back to self, because a lot of that fear of the unknown, fear of moving forward, and then thinking that he used to dealing with a lot of snap queens and flaming queens and in your face children, you know, which a lot of heterosexual children do. So because yes, and I am loud and I can be in your face, and he, like I tell y'all, oh, y'all missed the day. If y'all think I'm flamboyant now, bitch, I'm so calm. I'm so goddamn calm under to where shit, you know, I am the godmother to these kids that y'all see today. These kids that y'all see girls up in pumps and carrying on the boys up in pumps and purses.
Remember when I first started seeing that? What is it called? Chasing Atlanta? Remember when it first came on the first season and I came to school and I said, Meech, you need to be their godmother. Yeah. Remember I said that? Yeah. I said, you need to be on that show because you need to go teach them. Look, teach the children how to act because they acting up for no reason.
Exactly. And so because of all of that, it's what it is. And so, and then again, taking accountability for all of that, because see, that was part of my life changes. Because as I got older and then started to experience life on different terms, what I thought was me being political, because a lot of my flamboyancy was a political statement. Okay. It was a political statement because as big as I am, I was non-binary before we had terms for it. How about that? Because I didn't fit into those gender roles that you wanted me to fit. I'm 6'4" and I was well over 300 pounds, honey. And y'all wanted me to play football. I don't play football. I don't play. Okay.
What?
Now
give me
on what?
Don't walk into that, Meech.
I'm about to walk into that, ain't I? I'm about to walk in there.
I'm just saying, it's your favorite sport. You get to stick your hands up under a man's crotch. I mean, he got on some tight ass pants.
Listen,
I need you.
I
need to.
You in the back? It's in motion.
Do anybody got the clip? We need to go back to that day at the station. Remember the day when Meech went totally the fuck off at the station?
Oh my Jesus! Oh yes.
Do anybody got that clip? Because we need to show that on here. I'm gonna ask Mook if she got it. I don't know who was. Somebody was live with it.
It might be on Smack's IG. Yeah, it's on Smack's IG.
If y'all want to see me go from one way from one side of the spectrum, look, if y'all want to see me go from one side of the spectrum to the other in less than 60 seconds.
Well, we was in that doggone radio room.
Did he tell somebody he saw somebody with glass up the ass and?
Oh yeah. Oh. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he yeah. Yeah, you went there.
I don't know why that clip just popped in my head, but I felt like some people, for the motherfuckers in the cheap seats who like to think that you may only be that flamboyant and blah, 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 blah. Well, if they want to see the other motherfucking side.
Wait, my sister got my back. Okay.
Alina, go stand in the corner. Go stand in the corner right
there.
Your
punishment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, Lord, what you saying, Lola? Hi, big meet you, chat. I was laughing at the title. Nice play on words. I ain't been licked yet. Okay.
Yeah, when I saw the title, I was like, now that's another thing. I was laying here, I was like, okay. I don't think I have to be. Look, I don't have to be to work for this one. I could be in the comments for this. Then I got to hear the shit. I said, wait a damn minute. These motherfuckers go. I can't never just be like,
oh Lord. Okay,
y'all really been in some pain.
Sign of the outburst on the labeler, please. Yeah. I don't know. I have to find Smack's ID address. I'll do it on the commercial break.
I don't even know what the hell. I forget what the hell we was talking about, y'all. It was something serious. Just like y'all know, we talk about serious stuff on here too. Whatever the hell it was, it set Meech all the way the fuck off.
All I know is
we went from being serious to Meech being
right. Nick, you remember he was sitting down, and next thing you know,
up, pulled the mic out of the headphones, everything. Mic flew up in the air, the headphones came up. I was like, God damn. I'm glad whoever we were talking about wasn't there, because Meech would have fucked them up. We didn't have lost.
But in those particular cases, okay, and again, going back to what you were saying, Nikki, about always being the bigger person. See, that was one of those moments where I just want to go the fuck off because I need to say it how I need to say it. You know, oftentimes we are those kind of people who are thrust into being the save-its, the fix-its, you know, the this, that, and the others. And so in our roles, if you will, oftentimes we're not given permission to do it. And then we don't give ourselves permission to take our time. You know what I'm saying?
And then you feel bad, like you feel bad about little shit.
Right.
Right. When you're the person, and you know what? My little brother had to tell me this one time. He said, your issue is you feel like it's your job to fix these niggas.
Right.
He said, who the fuck hired you to do that?
You know, and it's not so much as that they hired us to do it. We've been doing it for so long to where it's become.
But that's what he said. He said, I do it like it's my job. Like I've been doing it for so long, like it was my job. Like somebody hired me to do that. He said, why the fuck do you feel the need to fix a nigga?
And then because
who's there when you need to be fixed a little bit?
Right. Because the Yala is we can't call the Yala fix my life, child, because she
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, it's so crazy because, and then this the other part of being that, because even when you're in your own, going through your own shit, like all three of us is going through heavy shit, and then even more heavy shit keep happening on top of our heavy shit.
Right.
But the first thing we will do is jump up to make sure somebody else is okay.
And you know what that is? I'm gonna tell you what that is. That there is escapism.
That's exactly what it is.
It's escapism. And then it also gives us a sense of, I won't say necessarily purpose, but it gives us a sense of control. Because if I can do this for them, then I know I'm okay, because I can't, because we're out of control in our own shit. Because it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I'm overwhelmed. Like at any given
moment, I will burst into tears.
Right.
For whatever reason. Today, I had the scare of my life. Y'all know I usually drive Uber on Sundays.
Right.
Right. So I was driving today, And I knew I didn't feel well before I left, but it wasn't like me's red. I need to go to the hospital, not feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, bitch, get the fuck up, move around. You'll feel better. Y'all know that because now I don't have any insurance, I have to pay out of pocket for the doctor. Right now, ain't no money for that shit. But I was the pain in my chest and shit and going down my arm. I feel like I know that there's something going on with the power port in my chest. And it's probably as simple as me only needing to get it flushed.
Right.
But I can't get it flushed at the doctor's office.
Right.
I either have to go to the hospital or to the oncologist.
Okay.
And my fear is, well, but you don't have no money to pay for that. And I remember picking up the car. I didn't have a passenger in the car, and I called Mook. I said, Mook, them times when you didn't have insurance, because y'all know this is the first time in my whole entire life that I did not have medical insurance.
Wow.
This is the very first time. So I called her. I said, Mook, them times when you didn't have insurance and you went to the hospital, did they see you? Like, did they treat you? And she said, yeah, but I didn't feel like they really did anything.
Right.
So then that gave me anxiety. I'm like, bitch, go home and lay the fuck down.
Right.
But then in the back of my head, it's like, you know something the fuck wrong. Now what you gonna do?
When you go through emergency, they can't turn you away as if you're a heart patient.
Well, I'm not a heart patient, but they got me as being a sickle cell patient.
Right, sickle cell. Well, that port is I'm putting out all that in the same category.
Yeah.
Those people like defibrillators
and you need to
they
go
can't turn you away.
Go to Grady because everything you need will get done, and they'll figure out.
Right.
But yeah, Tay told me that I could go to Grady and get like a Grady card or something.
Yeah.
I had to do that until we could figure this out. Now I have been to Grady one time before because even though the way, you know, that some of the negative connotations that be on Grady, they had said that they had the best sickle cell unit or whatever for sickle cell treatment. But when I went there, when you go in the place where they treat people with sickle cell, it had a horrible smell, and I walked right the hell out.
How about that?
I've never smelled that before.
We got Loudmouth Podcast with Chick with the Juice.
That's my cousin. Hey, Kia. That's my cousin. That's a junior whitehead right there, baby.
Okay.
That's her dad.
People will try you on that gay part, forgetting that I'm a whole damn man. You know what? And that's what I was saying before. You know, back in the day, in my 20s and my teens, 20s, and early 30s, all of that was a political statement because my flamboyancy was just that. It was to prove to you that I'm still a man up on all this. Now, don't get it twisted because I got a purse and I got glamour length and active length nails and I had my hair done, bitch, that it won't get dirty. As a matter of fact, if this shit does get dirty and I can't stand to have my hands dirty, bitch, now you know that's an ass whooping.
And then that's another thing too. Let me tell you something. Women who want to pop off at transgender or just black gay men, and then you want to cry victim when you bop all up in their face and ready to hit them or whatever. You doing your Atlanta Housewives and throwing a drink or something. And then when you get the shit knocked out of you, something that was a man. No, bitch, you didn't give a fuck about it being a man when you started.
When you was starting no shit. Okay, we ain't gonna get on that because y'all know how I am. But okay, I'm gonna go to the comments.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Reflex to get you fucked up. Don't I tell y'all that all the time?
Okay. I remember the co-owner of Buns tried me one night and he told me, he stole me. And honey, when I tell you Derek was there for it, I got
Helena left.
Oh, they put you out the club for a month? Oh, wow. Okay.
Helena, what happened? Helena left and Derek showed up real quick.
He thought he was trying Derek, honey. He thought he was trying Helena. Wrong answer.
I'm trying to tell you.
But oftentimes, you know, in those places where, you know, the alter ego has to come up or your real self shows up or when you have to reclaim your time, oftentimes we have to go there in those places because we have got to points where the devastation of something has gotten to us to where it's like, you know what, no. And when you say I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, look at that situation because those of us who are entertainers, we know what that is at the club when they want to fuck around with your coin or fuck around with your music. You know, the mics don't want to half work right, but that bitch, we just did sound check. How come this mic ain't right? I was in a
Ooh,
contest,
talk
baby.
about
Wait a
it.
minute. I was in a contest. I was doing a drag show. And I won. I was Miss Kalamazoo, Michigan at large. Okay. I was doing that contest. I know the music that I had was fine, but I must have been a threat to somebody because all of a sudden you couldn't hear my music through the speakers. It sounded like it was muffled. And they told us, oh, well, the track must have melted or something. I said, bitch, a tape ain't gonna melt in a motherfucking tape deck. But how I won was the fact that I was singing. Because I was actually singing my music and I was able to, and I was singing over the track.
Right.
So and I was doing Aretha Franklin. So I'm sitting up here in a horrible falsetto, but I was singing my track because I'm all into my number and shit. But that's what got me over because them children were sitting up there telling me something, oh, the track melted. And then I had the audience, oh, that bitch is singing for real. She's singing for real. And that's how I won. So when it came down to it, now it's like, okay, now we have to stand up to correct an issue. Okay, bitch, you disrespected me. How in the fuck did that happen? And then y'all think I'm just supposed to be cool about it because everybody else's damn shit went right. And Helena, you remember this? I was in Baltimore with them, and almost had to whoop this bitch's ass. I had to go get Helena. Helena was she was the show directress, and I had to go get her. I said, girl, I said, I need you to tell these Baltimore girls something, honey. I'm not Baltimore, honey. I'm Detroit. Okay. And this one bitch she was the queen of comedy, Sheena, whatever her goddamn name was. What happened was, I'm at my station and I got all my shit ready for me. I'm downstairs doing a number. Okay. I come upstairs. I'm looking for my house shoes, bitch. My house shoes is downstairs with that bitch because she's using my shit in her number. Number one. Number two, bitch, what made me go off was the fact that I'm sitting up here looking for one of my pieces of hair. I'm like, okay, where's my hair? I know I had it. It's coming up the motherfucking steps on this bitch's head. Wet.
Ooh, wet.
Because she done just sweated in that motherfucker. Bitch, when I tell you, I was shaking Helena off. She said, sister, so I said, get these bitches. Because I had my strap. I don't usually carry a knife with me, but bitch, I had a switchblade or something. I had something with me that day. I went to go grab that bitch out my titty. I said, bitches.
Ooh.
Okay. She said, sis, I got it. I said, you better get these bitches real quick. Real quick. Real motherfucking quick, because they don't know me. Okay. And then we went around the club bums because Helena had hooked it up to where I my first time there working in Baltimore. So she said, girl, come on around the corner. We're going to do another show. Ooh. Okay. Now I'm funky already, bitch. I just got through sweating. So I didn't know I was in front of the fan. So bitch, all my funk is blowing. So that's my responsibility in it. So the ridicule that I got, that was partly my fault because I was in front of the goddamn thing. So that was my part of the responsibility in it. But then when we were able to get away with it, and I had something, I had my little perfume, so I sprayed everything to now this bitch still bumping her gums.
Oh Lord.
She's still talking.
It was at this moment.
In me, right.
It was at this moment.
It's at this moment where you have to sit down here and outweigh the odds. Because I don't like ugly in public. Okay. Especially at a bar. I can't stand that bar shit. Then on top of we drag queens, and that's all they say, that all we do is fight anyway. So I'm like, no. So now I'm trying to hold it in. But here's what happened that I think was the real cat's meow to all of this. I wasn't trying to usurp her. Okay. I had done my numbers and I came out. Now, I didn't know she did comedy or whatever. I'm doing my own shit. I don't know you, bitch. This is my first time here. I don't know you. So I'm doing my Dr. Feel Good and shit with the dildo and carrying on. I'm doing. and I was making my coin. Well, I also didn't know that she did gospel music. Okay, now imagine I'm there doing divas doing gospel. So I had gospel music in the thing, so I'm doing it at the other bar. Didn't know that. So I done did my thing. She come out doing Jesus will work it out. Now I done came because now I'm done with my show. So I'm walking through the club, meeting them. Hi, how you doing? You know, I got my frock on. But then the song came out, so all I was singing it with her because I went up there to go tip her, right? You know, being as good sports, I'm trying to tip her. But bitch, I'm sitting there, I done got into the song, so I'm rocking and my head just moving, right? And so my head got all this body and bounce. They thought I was doing the number, so their attention went off of her and came on to me. And they started giving me her tips.
Oh shit.
I sure as fuck did.
Ooh.
Yes, the fuck I did, honey. Put them all in my bra, and I wished the bitch would have went down there to act like she was gonna get them. No, she didn't try me because she knew damn well she better not have her.
Oh Lord.
No. So after that, now that's a poor example. That's a poor example, but nonetheless, it's one of those where you just get tired of, you know, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay, right. And that's a ghetto version of it, but you know you have to take it across the board because it happens at all levels. Okay, what you say? I was there for it, honey. Okay, I would have beat that bitch ass, and honey, listen, she'd have been a whooped ass by the time you got down that bitch because I was already on that ass. She'd have been whooped, baby. She'd have been whooped like some damn potatoes, honey. I'd have whipped her like a goddamn batch of whipped damn potatoes. Okay. What you say? Tales from the hood. Y'all stupid. Okay. Singing when the funk hits the fan, meat goes on today. That now funk with me, don't fuck with me. Y'all stupid. Wait a minute. Sound like somebody had sipped some liquor and Meech's tea right now. Got him ready to slice and dice fools in this monkey. Child. But how many of us, okay, tales from the drag, okay? But when you get to that particular point, when life is as the vicissitudes, I love that word, the vicissitudes of life, okay? When they start getting to you, and they get to you, honey, and they just start fucking with you. And it gets to the point where it have you want to throw in the towel. Have you want to be out on the edge to be like, no, I can't take no more. And then you start to go internally, be like, well, fuck it, if I take myself up out of here, or if I just give up on this and you succumb to it, then what? Okay, how do you turn yourself around from you know, the song said, don't push me because I'm close to the edge, honey. I'm trying to lose my head.
Not to lose my head.
Okay. So what do we do in order to keep us from going over the edge? You know what I'm saying? When you're hanging on for dear life and carrying on. So I always say in those moments, you know, we have to stop. First, I always say we have to stop and breathe because oftentimes we're like this. We're stuck and we can't breathe. You got to exhale. Let it go. Let it go so the oxygen can flow through your brain cells and carry on. Those of us who are already asthmatic, you can't breathe anyway, bitch. Breathe. Right. Take a puff off your inhaler. Breathe. Okay? So
here's my thing. So, you know, back in the day, and most of us have been this, back in the day, you know, I would be quicker to pop off.
Right.
Okay. Didn't necessarily have to turn it out all the time. Right. Because my tone would shut it down. Whatever it was. So I didn't really have to show out too often. Never had any fights that were actually about me.
Right.
They were never actually about me. I have another cousin who always ran her mouth and bitch can't fight. However, so it was always us coming to kick a door down, whatever, because what you're not going to do is fuck with nobody that I care about.
Right.
But now, you know, I'm older, I'm growing, and I felt like I am that person that if you call me, I'm coming. If I care about you, I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had to start realizing some people you always got to come for. And then you got to say, well, bitch, it's not everybody else, it's them. And when are you going to be the responsible one and tell them, bitch, it's you, it's not them, and we getting too old for this shit.
Right. Right.
So, when I moved down here, it was like, okay, if I got to go home, then I know it's going to be on some serious shit because I don't have to jump up every time. That bitch said, bah, 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 bah. And before I know it, my ass is out the house and already ready to fuck somebody up for no damn reason. Not for no reason, but not for a good enough reason.
Right.
But
right.
So,
right.
But now,
it's one of them in every crew, Nikki. It's one of those
right.
every
Yeah, but and I'm glad that we're able to grow and be like, bitch, no, we too old for that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm glad that I'm not the one causing the trouble. You know what I'm saying? I will come and shut the trouble down,
right.
but I'm not the one causing it.
Right.
So now that I have calmed down, I'm starting to feel like motherfuckers try me. Shut up, Red.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
I feel like go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why is because you are in a different space. And then that's alter ego fighting with the new you.
Okay.
That's the alter ego
in
fighting.
My head, you know how sometimes in your head you just be like, should I just punch this bitch in the face?
Right.
Like I said, where was we at? It might have been, I forget. I gotta ask Tay what it was. But I was doing something and somebody said something to me, and I literally could envision me snatching this bitch across her desk and fucking her up. Like I foresaw, like I saw myself. Oh no, it wasn't Tay. It was my friend Pam. My Pam Knight. We're gonna get Pam on the show too, y'all. She an international reporter. We was that time when I told y'all them people came in my apartment and they tried to say that they didn't come in, but I had seen them on the thing.
Yeah.
So when we went to the office to talk to the lady, whatever, the lady was saying something, and she was getting smart. Me and Pam from Philly, and Pam was like maybe 3 or 4 years older than me too. So I always say my big sis. And I see Pam get mad, but in my mind, I literally saw myself like an out-of-body experience snatching this bitch across the desk. So in the middle of her talking, I said, Pam, let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Pam was like, but I said, no, let's go. And we got outside. She said, but girl, we could have straight. I said, girl, I don't want to go to jail. And if I stayed in there even a minute longer, I was going to jail.
Okay.
I was going to jail because I literally saw it. So now in my head, I know in my heart and stuff, it's like, girl, you got to be a better person. You got grandkids and you got to set a good example and blah, 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 blah. So I just be feeling like the devil himself. This bastard keep trying me.
Right.
So I save my ass in the house as much as possible because I don't want to go to jail, y'all. It's not right.
No, all of that is when that's your old self fighting with your new self.
New self, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to go back to attitudes and stuff that we know. You know, I mean, just like I told y'all at the job, a couple of weeks ago, where the guy sat up there was trying to challenge me, and I'm like, and carried on. And I swear, girl, I had to laugh at him.
Right.
I had to laugh at him because I was like, what did you just say to me?
Like he was one of the kids. Like, what you say? Like, come again?
Yeah, because now he's not. Well, if you bring your little ass up in here, you better not come in. You better not come in here because I'll.
Better not come in. Oh yeah.
I was like, and I stepped over the line. And I said, "Bitch, what the fuck did you say?" And I had to catch myself because and especially when you start to envision shit, because all I saw was holes in the wall. Now I don't know if that was his head or my fist, but I just saw holes in the wall.
That's
and
what
the
I'm
only
saying.
thing that came to me was my job is not gonna have my back on this.
And look, see the same situation. In my head, I was like, bitch, I don't want to go to jail.
They're not gonna have my back on this. So let me calm down. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't even know is Tate down there in the comments anywhere today yet?
Not yet.
Because I always say when something crazy happened, I pick up the phone, I call Tate, I be like, girl, you'd have been so proud of me today. Because remember when we was in school, every time they did some fly shit, I snapped the fuck out.
Right.
So I told Tay, I said, Tay, sometimes if you see me about to go over the edge or whatever, just tap me a little bit, say my name or something. So anytime I see I'm about to be in a situation and I hold myself and I don't even say nothing smart, I pick up the phone, I be like, girl, you'd have been so proud of me today because I really want to beat this bitch ass. Like, for real, I want to go back and beat this bitch ass.
Okay.
But child, yes. And then I'm already a Gemini, so I'm already fighting half the time.
Yeah, and I'm a Pisces. Listen, I'm a Pisces and a masculine Gemini.
You, Meech, and you, Nikki, y'all need counseling.
I know the fuck your unbalanced Libra ass ain't talking about somebody need. They always try to say them scales is balanced. That's a motherfucking lie. That is the biggest lie ever told, next to 6 and so.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I am the nicest guy y'all know.
Okay.
Everybody, Nate, if you near him, move out the way before you get struck by that lightning.
No, he was looking up. That was a prayer. God, don't sit it down. Don't sit it down now. Okay.
Look, I'm like, please don't let Nate be nowhere near his ass, because when that lightning bolt comes through that motherfucker, none of the kids.
In January, Helena will be 22. Through all the bull backstabbing lines, I promised myself I would retire when I'm ready. No bitch will make me even think about it, period. All right.
I hear that.
Okay. Side note, anyone heard from my friend Amy this weekend? She's been missing in action. Like Red said last night, let's make sure we check on our peoples about to message her. Yeah, she came in for a brief moment yesterday. She was preparing for something. She said she was preparing for some kind of test or something she was doing. So yeah,
okay.
So she may be engulfed in that. That's
Thanks, Trace.
Okay.
Remember yesterday, Helena, yesterday, your ass fell the fuck asleep. I thought the Lord something was wrong. I done called her 5,000 motherfucking times. Then when she called me back, that's when I had just fell asleep.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Let me do this. This is a good spot to take a commercial break. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, I want to get into something that was rather cute. And we're going to talk about parental skills, honey. Parenting in this particular day and age.
Beat them.
Whoop that ass.
Oh, we shall return.
Oh, my mic wasn't muted. Sorry.
We'll be right back, y'all.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. Your time will come, Diana. And everything will be different.
Citizens of the world, I'm here to change your life. Anything you want, anything you dream of, you can have it.
You look like you saw a ghost. Diana, look at you. It's like not one day has passed.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator. You've always had everything, while people like me have had nothing. Well, now it's my turn. Get used to it.
I've never been one for rules. The answer is always more.
The way I fly, they will never find us.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
Radar.
Will they shoot at us?
Barbara, what did you do?
You know, I'm not so keen on this one. I figure you are, but You know what? I'm ready to go.
I think we can do better.
Parachute pants?
Yeah,
Does everybody parachute now?
We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today? The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing TV Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised. All right, and we are back. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on in the comments? Okay, y'all are loving these commercials. Okay, that is too cute. That's too cute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And, you know, for those who become sponsors of the show and carry it on, honey, we'll do one for you as well. Okay. So that there is very, 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 very cute. Amy has come up in here, honey. Hello, Miss Amy. We were looking for you, girl. Okay. They were looking for you. Okay.
As soon as you get the underwear people to do the sponsorship, let me know. I'll do the commercial.
All right. All right. I sure will. Okay. You know, we could do what's the thing on Instagram, the chick roll dance. Yeah, what's the pelvis thrust dance? The little cowboy, the black cowboy do that pelvis. I can't. What's the name of the dance? I can't. No, not Chippendales. Oh, child. Oh, honey. Everybody doing this dance, child, on Instagram. It is absolutely to kill for, honey. But yeah, so I want to get into parenting skills. And we're gonna get into that, touch on that real cute, and then we're gonna do some tea leaves, honey, because I got the cards, and it was in my spirit to do it yesterday. There we go. You know it. Okay. The Choco. That's it. Tio Choco. Yes, the dance. That's him. Okay. I'm gonna pull a couple cards, honey, because it was on me, and I'm gonna do it today because I was supposed to have done it yesterday. Things changed.
I haven't heard it though, Bill.
But let's go into that because you know one of the things that we have here, when it comes down to disciplining the children, everybody, you know, it differs from household to household, generation to generation. It differs culturally and carrying on. And a lot of people, you know, take issue with certain things and this, that, and the other. So what are your thoughts about disciplining children and carried on? Because we just had a situation earlier today I thought was absolute genius. And when this child, 20 years from now, I can't wait until this child tells the story.
Well, I go ahead and elaborate on what happened so we, so I can fill everybody in.
Hold on for a minute. Mistake, if you don't turn my light back the way I had it, please stop fucking with my damn equipment. I'm your stage manager. I'm on this motherfucking live, bitch. Get the fuck away from my shit.
You gone? You gone?
Okay. Get your ass over there. Shit. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna elaborate on the situation. We have a second grader, 7-year-old in the house that seems to have adapted the skills of a kleptomaniac. He wants to sneak everything instead of, I think he feels better stealing it because half of the stuff that he gets or steals or whatever, he could just ask for.
Mm-hmm.
And he can accept yes or no. But I think it's a thing where he don't want to be told no. So he tries his best to, when I say everything from belly crawl to slick goddamn occupied space that you're not in, when he see you move from one space to another, he go into space and steal something he might have solved 5 hours earlier. And his back of his mind, he like, okay, I know what that's at. So first chance I get, I'm gonna dip in there and grab that.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I despise a thief, period. Okay. So I felt like, okay, well, not only can I teach a discipline lesson, I can also teach a little history, a little geography lesson of what people are doing. So what I did was I told his older sister, I told him that I said, I need to know what hand you stole that with. And he showed me, and I said, you need to lay it down on here on my desk. And I told his sister, I said, okay, can you go downstairs and get one of the biggest butcher knives out of the kitchen? And can you make sure you bring me a big towel so I don't want to get no blood all over my desk? And then I called Mr. Meach up here, and I explained to the child that Mr. Meach was a sheriff in College Park. I said, you know him? I said, well, he's a sheriff in College Park, so I thought I'd do this in front of the police. So that way you don't have to call the police, you know what I'm saying? You won't be able to call them no way because I'm going to cut your hand off. So the minute he's saying that, he was like, wait a minute. Not only are you going to cut my hand off, I can't tell nobody. So now he crying, he's screaming. When I say every time he went to scream before I could get at him, I told him, I said, I need you to be quiet. You're in my quiet space. I need you to bring your tone down. I don't care about your crying and your tears. I need you to understand that you stole. And I said, well, Mr. Meach, I said, what do they do in other countries when they steal? And he said, well, yeah, a lot of them, depending on what you're talking about. He said, but they cut their hand off. Oh, he was devastated. Oh, Lord, why you say cut their hand off? So he broke down. Right. So he broke down again. I said, okay, well, then his sister showed up with the knife. I said, all right. I said, well, let's get this started. I said, I got stuff to do here. So the closer I got to the towel handed to me and the knife coming to me and talking to me, boy, when I say you'd thought he was doggone Twister son, that nigga said, I'm gonna do right. I said, damn. I had never heard nobody say the same thing 300 times in like less than 10 seconds. And he broke down like that, everything. I'm gonna do better over that. He was just professing everything. It was like a detox session.
Right. Okay.
And so he think it's over with, but it's really not. Because I'm one of them people, I don't do the lessons, I do the devastations, because I'm going to make sure that you never, ever do it again. Right. So now we're going to send him to his uncle's house, right? And if everybody don't know that we have an Uncle Bobby here in Georgia, and he's one of the #1 state, that's another black-owned business that we need to do, but he's #1 state top breeders for American Rottweilers, AKCs.
Oh, okay.
And he has kennels all the way through his yard with nothing but big ass bears in the motherfucker. Them big ass Rottweilers all the way down, and then that's all he do is mate them. So we know that he is totally scared to death for these goddamn dogs. So guess who's going over there to help Bobby with the dogs this weekend?
Right. This is what you do when you want to do. Okay, right.
And Uncle Bobby don't play that stealing shit and that bad school shit. So it is done. That's right. That's right. My shit is not just scared straight with tears and tissue. My shit is scared straight as fuck. That's
right.
Right.
Because I said, oh, okay, yeah. I caught the hint. Okay, I was like, oh, okay. Here, what they do over there? Because I said, well, it depends on the country. Because if you caught stealing, now I went straight to the hand because in China, whatever they do one finger at a time.
Right.
If you get caught more than one, then the hand you stole with is the hand that they cut off.
Right.
Okay, but then also there is the public caning because they'll tie you up in public in the town square and beat your ass.
I have seen that with my own eyes.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm like, oh, okay. That's why y'all have crime, lowered and things of that nature. What we got here, Ruby said, Amy said, Ruby is too little to spank because she won't understand what it means. So I'm doing redirection and saying things like danger, hot, no, repeatedly. Also, taking things away a little bit when she is too rough or unsafe. Okay, but that's age appropriate.
Right.
Yeah. That's age appropriate. And as she grows along or whatever, and you're able to explain what she understands,
Exactly.
It's gonna be the tea. So yeah, child, yeah, we understand
when
that.
you turn 7 years old and you can recite a rap song that comes on the radio, I have to devastate you.
And that's that. Okay. Wait a minute. What you say? Them nachos sound outstanding. Trust me, they are. But I done let them get soggy, so the chips are all. It's forkable now.
It's forkable.
Hush! I heard that when I heard that coming out of my mouth.
So you gonna fork it real good?
I heard that coming out of my mouth, and I couldn't catch it. God damn it!
So what kind of fork are you gonna use when you're forking it?
Don't worry about it.
Is it gonna be one of those hard steel forks?
Don't worry about all that, honey. Just know we got tons of sauce, honey. That's all you need to know.
Well, I ain't worried about it, bro. You just keep putting that fork in your mouth while you over there forking everything. That's all right.
How about that? See there? Practice, baby, practice.
Hey, fork up.
Oh, and I forgot to put the salsa on top. I said the sour cream. I forgot to add. I got salsa up in there, child. Okay.
I know how to make sour cream. Ask my wife.
Oh, well, so do I, honey. But well, okay. I stole from the grocery store when I was little. I was with my mom in the parking lot. I pulled out the candy or gum that I sipped up my sleeve and started snacking. When she asked me where it came from, I told her she bought it. She dragged me back in the store, made me apologize to the manager. I was so embarrassed. Well, wait a minute, honey. Hold on. I'm gonna share with y'all two separate. One I know I've shared before. The other one, honey, yeah. The first one I'm gonna share is this one. Well, it was legal for us to wait in the car while our parents went in the grocery store to go shopping. And all we had to do was roll down the window just a little bit so we could have some air circulating. I'm up in here, and my mother and them, they have cigarettes in the ashtray, old butts and things. So I'm here with my siblings and my play cousins and carrying on. My god sisters actually. So Demetrius, being grown and sexy at 10.
Oh shit.
I go up in here and I picked up the cigarette butt, and we had the cigarette lighters. That's when the cars actually had cigarette lighters and not just a cigarette lighter thing. Had to press it in and it popped out. And I lit it. Right? I'm doing it. I'm smoking. Well, child, you know, of course, children being children, they told on me. Okay.
Yeah.
They told. So my mama, Miss Essie Lorraine, she said, "Oh, so you smoking now, right?" I said, "What?" She said, "Come here, baby, come on." I said, she sat me down at the table. She said, come on. Pop the cigarettes, baby. She popped them on the table. She pulled one out. She said, "Here, take it." As she lit it, she said, "Now go on and smoke. Come on, let's smoke." As she made me inhale. "No, you're gonna inhale it, you're gonna inhale it." And that bitch, my eyes started crossing. No. She said, "It's fun. Remember, go ahead. Come on, let's smoke. Let's smoke. Inhale now, inhale." And every time she said it, I'm inhaling because she said, and I'm gagging, I'm howling, I'm like, and she made me smoke that entire cigarette. I couldn't let it burn, you know, to burn ash or whatever. I had to smoke that entire cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, because I was dizzy as fuck, I was so goddamn dizzy, it was crazy. She wouldn't even let me lay down for a minute. I go, "Oh, can I just?" She wouldn't let me lay down. She would. She gave, it was like 10 minutes, which seemed like it was an hour. It was only about 10 minutes. She would not let me lay down, and my head was just swirling, and my eyes was, and I was high as fuck or something, honey. And she just would not let me lay down. Okay. And as soon as I put my head down, she popped me on my ass and she beat my ass with me laying down. She said, "I better not ever hear you do that again." She said, "Now, don't pick up no habit that you ain't got the money for." That was one.
And she did. Hey, she loved you because I witnessed somebody do that to their child back then years ago. It was a distant relative of mine. I watched they mama sit down and make them do that to a whole pack.
A pack?
And I'm gonna tell you something. That motherfucker was so sick.
Oh yeah.
And they made, but see what pissed me off back then is that group, my little group of siblings that I hung around. They used to, like, one get in trouble. All of us either get in trouble or we have to witness the punishment. So
one for all and all for one, baby. Yeah.
So we sit at the end of the dining room table while they at the other end, while he smoked a whole pack of goddamn cigarettes. And she's sitting there with an extension cord and said, "The first time I see you not smoking, I'm gonna beat your ass."
Right.
And she says you better like the next one with the last one.
See? Right. So that was one. As far as stealing is concerned, I told y'all this about me stealing at the Cunningham drugstore, Grand River and Oakman. Grand River and Oakman Boulevard, honey. I was on my way to Kingsway. I was supposed to be buying my little sister some gym shoes. Okay? I had money in my pocket. I made a detour because I haven't gotten away with this before, you know. You know, I was getting away with it at the supermarket because I was getting cherry pies, you know, cupcakes, all that kind of shit. I'm gonna beat your ass with your fat bitch shit, bitch. Okay. You sound like a little parrot over here, fat bitch. Fat bitch. Right, okay. So I sit up in here and what drew me to these candy bars. Now, you know, when you're a child, it's not like you know the difference between chocolate at this particular point, because we don't know the difference between Godiva and Russell Stover and Lindt and, you know, all these other chocolates and things, you know, Whitman's and all that.
Right.
All I saw was this was Mickey Mouse. It was Mickey Mouse chocolate bars. That was new. Ooh, new chocolate. Really? Now, y'all have to understand something significant about this. I was just diagnosed being allergic to chocolate at the time. So, and I'm a chocoholic in all ways. But, but don't go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Come back here right now. Right now. Okay. So, I'm sitting up there doing the thing. I saw the white man, honey, in the aisle. But, not knowing he's security or whatever, I'm 10. Not knowing. I done stuffed this in my sock. Both my socks. These goddamn the crispy kind of, y'all know the world famous chocolate bars that we buy, the little dollar fundraisers.
Right.
Well, that was the Mickey Mouse thing or whatever, but they had them in all of the caramel. Everything that was a blue, if it was a different color wrapper, honey, that was a new candy bar. I was bunching that shit. I'm bunching. Well, my dumb ass did not realize because they had turnstiles at the time, and turnstiles were new and only go one way. Well, honey, I was trying to go out, and the bitch wouldn't turn, and it wouldn't turn. And the next thing I knew, somebody came over me like this and showed me his badge. He said, "Could you come with me, please?" Now, the actress in me, honey, my Liz Taylor kicked in. Whatever do you mean? And of course, I'm embarrassed because everybody looking at me. I'm like, oh, there's got to be some kind of mistake, but you need to call my mother immediately, honey. Something is wrong. Right? Performing. I got behind the goddamn closed doors, bitch. I started crying. Don't you call my mama. Don't you call my mama. Don't you call my mama. Okay? So now that was like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They called the police and everything. They did the paperwork and this, that, and the other. They did not come pick me up until like 7 o'clock. Okay? From the store. By that time, it is 4 hours of not knowing the hell that I have caused my mother because her child is missing. Okay? She on the heels of a divorce. So the first thing she thought was my daddy done came and took me.
Ooh,
I get down here to this motherfucking police station. We down here on Grand River and Schaefer. Okay? It used to be the 7th precinct at the time.
You in the gut.
Right.
Good.
So we down there. They bring me in and they put me in that damn holding cell, honey, right there at the desk. The toilet was fucked. That toilet was fucked. And I was like, I can't use this damn thing. There was a concrete slab, it was attached to the wall or whatever. And I was like, oh, am I supposed to sit on this? And I got to look at it. I said, ooh, hell no. This can never be my existence. Oh, this can never be my life, honey. This can never be my life, ever. Okay? I'm sitting up in there. Ooh, I started crying and carrying on, honey. Oh my God, it was horrible, horrible. Well, they didn't let my mama know, or at least my mama did not come and get me till about 10 o'clock that night. Okay? The policewoman, honey, she bought me a bag of chips and she bought me a soda.
Oh.
Okay, from the machine. She said, "Here, baby, you need to eat something." And I'm like, "Thank you," but I'm sitting up there thinking she finna let me out or something, right? She had to close that door. What? Bitch, I'm like, oh no. Oh my God, no.
He gave you the Last Supper.
Okay. Baby, she came. She said, ooh. She opened up that door. She said, "Oh, your mother is here." I said, "Who?" She said, "Your mother is here."
That bitch closed the door.
And when I walked out, I was fine until I looked in Mama's face and I stood in the door. She said, no, come on, baby, you could go home. And I said, okay. And mom was sitting, she was like this. She kept doing that. She was rubbing her face and rubbing. She did that. That's where I get it from her. I said, She said, oh, he didn't. She said, mother, she said he wasn't all that bad. And y'all have to remember, this is 1980. And this is May 22nd, 1980. Why does that day stand out so much? It's because May 22nd is my mother's birthday. Why? May 22nd is my mother's birthday. My mother had just turned a fresh 30 years old. Okay? A fresh 30. You understand?
They could have closed that gate. I'd have been right back in there. I was like, I'm good. Y'all leave.
Listen. Now, she had brought Dot with her. Now, Dot was the family friend. Now, you know, Dot was the party girl. And I wonder what she's doing now. She probably dead and gone because she was the party girl. Okay? So I'm like, all right. Now, mind you, we are at Grand River and Schaefer. And we walked down to Wyoming and Plymouth. Okay? So that's about a good mile and a half. Okay? And now Dot, she sit up there. She said, "Listen, baby. You know, she playing auntie, right? Listen, you know, your mother upset and this, that, and the other, but you know, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna learn from your mistakes. Just tell your mama that you're sorry. You're gonna be all right." And mama said, she said, "Girl, she said, don't say nothing." And I'm walking, but then they started having girlfriend talk, right? They talking, so mama laughing and cutting up, right? They slapping five and shit, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. This ain't gonna be so bad, right? Bitch, lies, garbage, propaganda, and gay motherfucking rumors. Do you understand me? When we got to the door, because it felt like we were walking forever, I was like, damn, am I ever gonna get home? But at the same time, I knew it was the walk of death. So every step was like, boom, boom. It was like I was walking like I had weights on my ankles, because every step I took getting closer to the house was like the walk of death, last man standing, honey. So I'm like, okay, Miss Essie Lorraine took me, and what it was, I had to walk up the steps to get in the house, and I don't remember going up the steps because that bitch put there and picked me up and threw me in the door. Okay?
Were you that small?
No. No, I was not that small, bitch. Listen, I've watched my mother take my daddy over a motherfucking kitchen table, bitch. I know the power of Lorraine. Okay? So I'm like, oh my God. I got in the house. Miss Ma'am told me I had to go into the bathroom. She said, take off all of your clothes because I'm not mad at them clothes. I'm mad at that ass. And okay. And how we used to get whoopings was we had to reach and touch the wall on the other side of the bathtub.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh honey. We had to touch the wall on the other side of the bathtub. So that ain't nothing but pure ass. That ain't nothing but pure ass. You hear me? Now, how significant was that? I'm going to tell you. When my brother was here, my brother keep telling me, he said, Michi, I thought mama was going to kill you. Because I remember the initial ass whooping, and I remember the one time that she woke me up and did it again. So that's two. I don't remember nothing else. Because my mother said every time I thought about it, I woke your ass up and I beat your ass. Now, I only remember those 2 times. I don't remember anything else. All I do remember was I remember I was hurting like hell when I went to sleep because we were sleeping in the living room on the floor. And I remember her. I remember when she came. She said, "Get your black ass up!" And she snatched me. And yeah.
Well, you gotta admit that was a hell of a birthday gift,
baby. And of course, I didn't hear about the rest of the story until I was much older. But she like, I'm sitting up here thinking your daddy done came and Larry done came and done snatched you up and shit. You know, because we were sitting up here listening to, you know, at that time, that was all the movies that came on the TV. You know, parents going through divorce. One came and kidnapped the baby and this, that. That's all that was on. So that was the first thing my mama thought about.
Kids don't understand what they call, and I definitely stand on this, the domino effect in the things they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like tonight, right? I could have just went live on my page and I'd have caught hell all the way through the United States.
I know. Right.
But see, they don't understand. It's like you stole the soda, right?
Right.
You're 17 years old. How do you not know that we needed one orange soda because that's the only thing your mom can take with her medicine is an orange soda?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do this. They don't understand that when you touch somebody else's stuff, that person had that for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained to him, I said, I'm telling you right now, cut this shit totally out your life. Cut the doggone itch of even doing it. It might feel great. I said, but let me tell you something that's not going to feel great. When somebody out in them streets get on your ass and your family, because they not your family. Right. And they gonna hurt you bad or they gonna kill you. Right. So
listen, that lesson there took me into, you know, I didn't steal that way anymore. When I became older, a little bit more sophisticated, I got into another brand of stealing, and I was doing credit cards and shit. But then that became something because I had to cut that out.
But you know what?
Nonetheless,
let me tell you, you remind me of my cousin Cordell. God rest his soul. Y'all would have damn near been twins, right? But look.
Wow, okay.
But that boy, let me tell you, Cordell was the one that stayed in trouble all the time, all the way up through high school. Okay. But he was also the one that was I guess I saw what he did and what he didn't get away with, and I saw his consequences. So I knew it said,
he was your playbook. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can remember this one incident. We was at a Jewel Osco. I don't know if you know what a Jewel Osco is, but it's a grocery store. See, Jewel Osco is like a grocery store and a pharmacy mixed together all in one big store, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're walking from the park. We're shooting ball at Foster Park in Chicago. So we're walking from the park because we walked every damn where back then. So we walking home.
Right.
He said, let's stop in here and get us something to drink. And so sodas, you know. Right. So I said, okay, well, cool. I had a couple of dollars.
Right.
So here it is, we in the store. But I kept noticing every time we go down the aisle trying to see what the doggone snack cakes was or whatever, he off somewhere else. I had to go back down to the end of the aisle, turn up the aisle, try to find him, right? And I kept, I'm like, it's like he was dodging me in the store. So I was like, what the fuck is he doing? My slow ass, not knowing that he dipping off and he's stuffing shit in his clothes.
Okay.
So here it is. I don't know. Like now he dipped off one time. I'm in line. I done got 2 things I wanted. You know, I have 3 things. I remember I got a candy bar, bag of chips, and a soda, right? So I'm in line. That's enough for me to walk home and eat and snack and talk shit while I'm walking. Okay.
Right.
So all of a sudden, he come and he's standing right there. He said, "What you doing? What you doing?" I said, I told him I'm grabbing something right now. He was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go outside." So as he walking, the lady finished ringing me up. So so he's walking ahead of me. So when we walk out the door, all of a sudden these guys come out of nowhere and from inside the store. And he's like, "Hey, you come here. Like, you come here." I'm looking like this. I'm looking like I know the fuck they're not talking to me. I just paid for this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like this. So I'm walking. I just looked at him. I kept on walking out the door. He turned around and looked at me and said, "Meet me at the house." And he took off. And they flew past me. This motherfucker, he done stole so much shit. He done stole Faygo sodas and shit. And like multiple sodas stuffed down in his motherfucking jacket. He got goddamn cake snack, Hostess, Twinkies and shit snack. And he running. Now, Ashland Boulevard is like, goddamn it, Old National. Okay?
Okay.
He gonna run straight across Ashland from out the store parking lot, thinking, okay, that is the 2 of them from getting on his ass now. They run straight across Ashland out his ass. So he runs to this, but he runs in the you know, I know y'all have vacant lots up in Detroit. So we had a vacant lot area, but when they belong to somebody, they kind of maintain.
Okay.
So he ran into one that was maintained, not paying attention, that they had a fucking 10-foot gate on it with barbed wire around the top. So when you run to you can't get to the alley because you got to climb the fence.
Got to climb the fence, yeah.
Barbed wire.
Ooh.
So when he run across the boulevard, I see goddamn sodas falling and popping out his clothes while he's running. And cars is running over whole sodas. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Why did he do that? Well, we had money. So he got in there and run. So all of a sudden, I guess he got there going to try it anyway. They on his ass. He go up the motherfucking gate. Boom, boom, boom. He gets to the top. And when he go to go over, the last leg coming over, that caught the motherfucker caught his goddamn pants. He was hanging like this. He was hanging. He couldn't get out. And them motherfuckers went over there and they ran up there and they reached over and they got his leg unloose. And when he thought he was trying to shake when he got it loose, this big motherfucker that had him threw him to the motherfucker behind him. Over his head like that. Like, wow. And we were big boys. So he was like, I said, oh shit, they caught him. Boom, and cuffed him.
Oh, baby.
I said, so I'm standing like this. So when they got across the street, they was like, they come walking over there with him. They was like, you want to come in here with him? I said, for what? I don't know him.
I'm gonna look the other way. He said, for what? I don't know him.
Fuck you talking about? So they just looked at me, everything I said. I'm looking at them like, don't do it. I got a receipt. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it.
Right.
So, but I did it because somebody got to go home and tell the story. So
right.
So I'm walking down the street. And the whole time I'm walking, I'm going, what the fuck did he steal for? We both had like $10. Oh, goddamn, $10 was a lot of money back then. That was, a lot of money. I ain't even break $1.50 getting a soda, chips, and motherfucking goddamn candy bar.
Right. I know. Right.
So I'm like,
we didn't even break a whole dollar because the chips were what? Candy bars were a quarter.
Right, what I'm saying. I done spent, matter of fact, I might have spent $1.
Candy bars were a quarter, sodas were 50 cents. If that.
Quarter, but that was a Faygo, so they was like 26 cents.
26 cents. And that was a throwaway can. It was an extra dime if you had a throwaway can. I mean, if you got the deposit.
Got the deposit, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So I get home and I stop because we live 4 doors down from each other, right? So we was cousins growing up, and we was at our grandparents, living in our grandparents' house. You know what I'm saying? Same. We had the same situation. Dad's there, everything. Okay. So I go in there. She go, "Hey," you said, "What Cordell?" I say, "Marty, he got locked up at Jewel Osco. Locked up? What this boy done did now?" I was like, apparently they say he was shoplifting or something. I said, but you know, they probably took him right down on Ray Scene, so I just thought I'd come tell you. I'm like, I'm finna go home. And I went on to the house, right?
Right.
So I'm like, man. So it was just weird because she was so stressed out. God rest her soul, she gone too. And she was stressed out because Cordell could never stay out of juvie.
Right.
I had never seen nobody from the time we was 7th, 8th grade, sophomore in high school. This nigga done been missing 6 months, 3 months, a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he can't stay out of juvie. If it ain't for motherfucking goddamn robbery, it's for motherfucking goddamn car theft. This nigga stealing cars and driving them to school.
He had a talent for it. This is what I'm trying to tell one of my grandchildren, honey. I call her Miss Venus Extravaganza. She just got a talent for shit. Okay? You can't help it because this is their life. They just, for whatever reasons, the thrill of it, the whatever that is, they're just attracted to a child.
And see, back then you can do a lot of stuff and get away with it, Meech. You could steal a damn.
Yeah, it was different back then. Yeah.
Take a screwdriver and peel it up. Bow, you driving off. You know what I'm saying? You get away with it. You abandon the car. You done joyride. But these days, motherfuckers is blowing your head off for the littlest thing, bro.
The littlest thing.
And that's what scares me with this child here, because no matter what it is, he rather steal it than ask for it. This nigga steals so bad, he steal from himself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I put all the freeze pops on the lower door in the freezer and walked him in there. I said, your grandmother bought you a case of freeze pops. I put them all on this shelf. I gave you your own shelf on the door with all the freeze pops in it. I said, have at it. Anytime you want to pop, get it. You ain't got to ask nobody, go in and get your freeze pop on, but what it is. What do? He waits, ain't nobody looking. He sliding there. He grabbed 2 or 3 of them. Then he hiding up under fucking the bed in my room or hiding in his room. And you look up and you find little wrappers and shit here. And I'm going, what the fuck? What are you doing? And then you know he's stealing because you come downstairs. Next thing you know, he come running out, sit down somewhere. And I'm like, where you was at? He's like, oh, I was throwing something away. And then you go in the kitchen later on because you ain't thinking nothing about it. And damn, there's a freezer on the counter because he didn't have time to put it back in the freezer. He think he's stealing. I just told you, nigga, that's your shit. Don't nobody want that.
Listen, whatever that is, child, and that's what you got to get to the root of. He can't explain it right now outside of the thrill of it.
Right.
He's getting away with something. He's doing something, and it's exciting.
Yeah, but it's not exciting.
It's exciting.
Guess what the funny thing about him is I wouldn't be excited because he has never gotten away with nothing. He's the world's
right. Well, that's because he's a child. Okay, and that there's it. If you don't break it, it's going to develop. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, yeah, you see how I am. That was just level 1. Oh, I will break you.
Right. Yeah. Right. So that there is that. Let me go to
I'll make you beg for the military. I'll make you beg for the military because you don't want this.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. My mother busted my sister smoking at 16, so she bought a pack of Camel unfiltered.
Oh,
Camel unfiltered, and made her smoke them back to back. The whole thing. She puked for days.
Oh,
ooh, Camels unfiltered. Ooh, and they were non-menthol.
I gotta drink that.
Not the Kingsway. Yeah, Detroit staple. That Cunningham store is still there to this day. I had a different adventure there. Going to save that for long after dark. Ooh, really?
Okay, Eric.
Not a different experience, honey, over there at the Cunningham drugstore, right there on Grand River and Oakman Boulevard. You wanted really, you weren't ready for the smoke from Mama. And on her birthday, ooh, honey, right, okay, exactly, honey. But that was parenting then, to tell these stories. This was my childhood, but if a parent were to do that kind of shit now, just like you said, that demonstration that you just did, had you did that, trying to embarrass your child like a lot of parents want to do on social media,
Yeah.
and some of it worked because I like some of it is funny, like the girl, the woman who came to her child's school and put it all on social media. No, since you want to act up in class, we're gonna go to school together. And she said, "This here is my daughter, honey. But the teacher had to tell her to this, and this, and so she want to cut up. So we gonna come to school together." And she was like, "Oh, Mama, don't put up. No, but you want to cut up in school, and you want to be on your phone and want to do this in front of your teachers and stuff. You want to be online and stuff with the teachers. So let's be online together, okay?" Oh, honey, I thought that was brilliant. Now, I'm not one who sit down there for those who whoop their kids on social media when they beat that ass. I get it and I understand it. At the same time, some of that be a little too extreme. I'm like, ooh, you should have left that one at home, honey. Okay. Yeah. Okay, like going to the electric chair. You're damn right, honey. Dead man walking, sure enough. Okay. Ooh, that ass is mine. That's when the sweat starts pouring. Child, please, I melted, honey. It didn't pour, honey. I was just Frosty the Snowman, a complete puddle. Okay. Oh shit, my mom would have waited till we got out the tub and say no need for a towel. Now I'm gonna tell you something about that. It wasn't so much to wait till we got out the tub because there were times like when my mother's boyfriend, Edward, he was a Marine. This is why I don't like Marines. What he would do was he had this webbed belt, and it was more like for those of y'all who work security, y'all know that web cross stitch thick leather belt.
Yeah.
Okay, he had one of those, and what he would do is he wouldn't get us out the bathtub. He would go and dunk that bitch in some water, hot water. Yeah. Okay. Remind me of the time I made my mother so mad, her little cock strong behind ripped the wooden table leg off the dining room table and wore me out that biatch. Back and butt was sore for weeks. Did she rip off the goddamn table leg, child? Good point, Red. Okay, nothing worse than whipped when wet. Okay. Punishing your child at home is one thing, but the way social media is these days, parents post extreme punishment on Facebook, Instagram, etc. I wholeheartedly disagree with that tactic because of the shame it inflicts on the child's developing brain. I agree with that. I agree with that because it's one thing. They're already gonna feel a certain kind of way because they've been embarrassed. Now, see, we didn't have all this when we were kids. It was always one thing when your parents came up and beat your ass in front of the teacher and stuff, or in front of your classmates or whatever. Because it was one thing when she had to come up there to the school, or your dad. It was those who had daddies who came up there. It's another thing when she came up there to embarrass you because she got hair curlers and a house coat and house slippers. Okay, that shit there. Oh, and then they be in the ones that's most comfortable. You know, the one that got the ripped pockets and all that shit. Oh, that bothers me. And then it's another whole kind of thing when she come up there to beat your ass in front of everybody.
Please, let me tell you something. There was a time, my daughter Velvet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a time. You know, my girls are daddy's angels, you know what I'm saying, lady? They know. But Velvet was getting out of pocket. I just happened to be living I had moved to Champaign, Illinois. And so she realized by being down, coming to see me and stuff, spending time with me, I was an hour and a half away. So she felt like, after a while, she felt like, okay, well, I can cut up because mama ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
She had it in her mind that mama ain't going to go too far because daddy going to come up here and straighten her about doing anything to me. But what she failed to realize is, no. You got a daddy that's about right is right, wrong is wrong.
Right.
So her grandmother calls me and tells me she's cutting up. She's cutting up. She asked me, where you at? Because her mom at work every day, and she said the school done called me twice this week, and they just called me just now, and she cutting up in class, being a class clown. I said, oh, is she? I said, that's strange. I just so happen to be in the city right now while you're talking to me. I said, and I handle my little business because, you know, I used to be a professional out in the streets, but I said, my business is done. So I was actually going to hang out with some friends till she got out of school, and I was going to come take her to dinner. But how about I go on up here to the school? I said, don't worry about it. I said, you can call the school back and tell them that her father's going to handle it. Don't worry about it. So I drove to the school. When I go in school, now granted, she's not thinking very well. You're going to an elementary that I went to.
Right.
The same elementary school your mom went to. Where we were a couple when we first knew what a couple was at the 7th, 8th grade level. So we were the Jay-Z and Beyonce of the school.
Okay.
So now, when I walk in, same gym teacher, all them your counselors, they see me, they were like, oh, look at you. Okay, yeah, I'm a grown-ass man now. How you doing? All right, look. I said, what class is she in? They were like, oh, she's such. I said, okay. I said, let's not announce me. I said, just give me a pass. I'm gonna go. They gave me this teacher thing. They were like, you know, you walk, you do what you want to do. All right. So I go over there, just like hitting the lottery. I walk in. The kids are facing with their backs to the door.
Right.
And their desk. That's how they sit. The teacher's desk is facing the door. So when I walk to the door, the teachers see me, and I was like, and I just stood there in the back of the room. They in there, and she cutting up. She over there talking, you know, like she talking to this person, that person. And she leaning back talking to this person. She was like, yeah, whoa. And she making cracks and all this. And the teacher told her about 3 times, I'm standing back there, Velvet, turn around in your seat. Velvet, hush your mouth. Velvet, stop talking. I need to start the next lesson. Velvet. And then she finally said, Velvet, do I need to call your parents? She said, because you're really getting out of hand today, right? She said, my mama at work and she can't take no calls, no way. And she was like, and she said, Velvet said something smart, like, it ain't even that serious. Come on, let's just do the class. Like, who are you talking to? So then she was like, so she goes, so she says, Velvet, do you want me to call your father? She was like, my dad lived in Champaign, Illinois. She said, he's not going to drive all the way to Champaign to worry about the doggone, just shit, worry about what you got to say. When she said that, I was like, I said, wow. They turned around, the class, they turned and they looked, and Velvet looked, she said, Daddy. When she said Daddy, everybody in there said, oh. Like, oh. I said, let me holler at you out in the hallway, young lady. Her head was dropped to her kneecap walking.
Right.
And she got out there and she got in the hallway. I said, what's the problem? No, she be picking on me there. I said, okay, let's start over. I've been standing back there in back of your class for 15 minutes. What's the problem? She looked, she's like, nothing. I said, you're mumbling and all, and what is that? I haven't got a full statement. I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Because I already know this is your last class and everything. I said, don't worry about walking home with your friends. I Said, you come right on out the door by the office. I said, I'll be sitting there in my truck. Come on. I'll be outside. So I sat outside waiting on the bell rang. She come out. She get in the truck. She trying to explain how the teacher be picking on her, so she be lashing back at the teacher and everything. And I'm like, I said, nah. I said, I was told everything you done this week, last month. I went to the office. I saw your grades in her class. I said, you think that lady older so you can run over her? And I said, and you being disrespectful. I said, okay, don't worry about it. Come on, so we get to her house. We walking in. So in her mind, she's like, well, this dad, he's just gonna fuss at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm daddy's baby. So when I walk in, she go into her grandmama because it was 2 flat they own, right? So I had built, when we came home from the military, I built the upstairs. Upstairs was just an empty space, 4 walls.
Okay.
I took like $20-some thousand and turned it into a 3-bedroom apartment. I'm talking about I built it out. Okay. Built the bathroom, kitchen, everything out there, made an apartment out there. Right. So that's for her mom. So I go in there to her grandmother. I say, well, yeah. I said, I'm gonna go upstairs and fix me something to eat right quick. I was gonna take her. She don't deserve to go out to eat. I said, I'm gonna go upstairs and fix me something to eat. I said, when you get done talking to her, tell her to come upstairs and see me. And she looked at me. Yes, I sat upstairs when you're done talking to her. And I said, so she was like, oh. My grandmother was like, oh. So I really went upstairs, went in her mom's room, found me one of them old thick doggone belts, the security belt with the that you put your doggone cuffs on and all that. Got that. I'm waiting. Finally, I said, Velvet, you come on up here. I need to talk to you. She came up there. When she came in, I closed the door. Lock it. Click. I said, so you thought you was just going to disrespect this lady and keep getting disciplinary action and all that? I said, okay. And she's walking to the couch. So when she turned around, I take it and I bow the belt and snap it. Snap! I said, you know what time it is. I said, I should have done this a long damn time ago. That way we wouldn't be having this talk today. I said, but we ain't gonna have this talk no more.
Right.
And she went to go, Daddy, are you serious? Are you dead? I grabbed her ass, put both our hands together, and cuffed her ass around and locked her ass in a headlock, and I got all ass. Boy.
Right. You're right.
All ass. Wow. I beat her ass for about 30 minutes. Her grandmother came up there and knocked on the door. Well, I opened it. Her grandma said, okay. Is she okay? I said, she said over there like, she breathing like, and she looking up at me, and she more heartbroken.
Right.
Than doggone ass hurt. I told her ass up, but she more heartbroken than anything because she looking up like, wait a minute, my knight shining armor just beat the shit out of me.
Beat my right.
Then she tried to call her mama at work, and her mama get on the phone. She was like, "Vel, she in that stage right there." And I grabbed the phone. I said, "She been fucking up in school. You didn't tell me. Your mama told me. I went up there. I bought her home, and I beat the brakes off her ass. Do we need to talk about anything else?" She was like, "Vel, don't call me no more with this." Click.
Okay, and then you have it.
But that was before DFACS.
Right.
DFAC.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't fuck my children. But
Yeah. That program was designed because it was needed, but then what it did was it paralyzed parents. It just paralyzed parents, and so now the ones who were so far out of control, because they started breaking their kids' legs and shit and carrying on.
That's doing too much.
When you done got out of control, which is why, when parents listen, y'all know when parents do that. That's the grandmama had to come and say, okay, well, wait a minute now. Okay, we have that. I had to do that with my sisters. They would try to discipline the kids and whatever. And after I said, no, you're doing too much. Now stop. But this is my child, and I said, stop. Now make me raise my motherfucking voice.
But see, her grandmother came up there
You
because,
know?
for one, it was devastating for anybody because me, I would never whoop nobody. I wouldn't whoop.
Right,
You
right.
know, but here it is. I just didn't want to whoop. I didn't want to whoop my girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I chin check my boys, but I ain't gonna understand. But I didn't want to whoop my girls.
You know, and okay, here we go with that.
But
Here we go with that.
I'm just saying, the reason I say that because boys 16 when they smell themselves, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's true because I had my nephews. You know, anytime you have to get ready to put your fist in their chest, and you have to.
Everyone
there is no way.
You only gotta do it once.
You only gotta do it once, just once, but you have to because it's a male thing. And ladies, this is why we tell y'all. A woman can't raise no man. You could raise a gentleman. You could raise a lovely individual. He could be a well-rounded something. But it's just certain things a male has to have another male there in order to get it. And it ain't got nothing to do with orientation and carrying on.
Right.
Because when my mother's boyfriend was there, you know, and Lord knows that, you know, I had an issue with him because he wasn't my daddy. And I didn't like the fact that my siblings called him daddy, but that's the only daddy that they knew. Okay.
Right.
I had a personal issue with that. But then it came to a point, okay, I see what he's doing and carrying on. Then I didn't like how he was treating my mama, which is a whole nother thing that she allowed to happen, which I thought she was too smart of a woman to let some shit like that happen. But then that's when I had to understand she was a woman. You understand? So I had to understand that shit. And then it was when I became a teenager and carried on because I was done with him disciplining me.
Right.
Okay. But at the same time, it came to that point where I was like, okay, we're gonna have to do this. And I told y'all that story before where he and I got into a fight. Well, it was a fight, but it wasn't a fight because I was kind of scared to hit him, you know, but I did. And then he hit me back. Okay. I was 12 years old there, but that was that moment. But because that was a devastating moment for us, because it caused, the way how I felt, it had caused an injury. And I had vowed to myself that man was never going to hit me like that ever again. And I meant it. And the last time that he hit me, he sucker punched me. Okay. It was a back slap. It was one of those things. I was 12 and I was supposed to be taking the kids out to go get clothes and stuff, you know, for school. And I did, but then they didn't want nothing. So I was buying stuff for me too. So I got a backpack, pencils, this, that, and another. I'm thinking I'm doing something right. I was supposed to go to the movies. That had just came out with Scott Baio. You know, he had the little super X-ray powers. And it was a rated R movie. They wouldn't let me get no tickets for it because I was just 12. I needed an adult. So they didn't want to see the movies. I took them here, took them to McDonald's to eat and carried on. And that was that. But I did wrong because it wasn't what I was supposed to do with the money and blah, blah, blah. So mama mad, he mad. Mama took the kids in my room. He wanted to have this man-to-man talk with me. So I'm at the dining room table. He on the other side. We talking. Then it became all of the times I have been fucking up that he didn't get me for, right? So we talk about all that. He went to the kitchen. He made him a sandwich. He came back into the dining room and he went over and was turning the radio on. And then he came across and slapped the shit out of me backhand. And I hit the floor. And it was right then and there. I got up off that floor and I balled up my fist. I said, that's the last time you hitting me. He said, oh, motherfucker, you want to fight? And he took his watch off. And I had just planned this out in my head. I said, Lord, if he hit me, I had picked up the chair. I was picking up the chair. I said, I'm hitting him with this chair. I'm running out that door. and I'm not coming back. That was in 1982. And somewhere that had to have been about August, because school was starting in September. That was August of 1982. What stopped all that was my mama had come out the room and she grabbed him. She said, okay, now. And then he got huffy with her. She said, I said, okay, because that's mine. You doing too much. Then they got into an argument. But you said you wanted me. She said, I said that's enough. Because you're not finna hit him like he's some grown ass man. Then it turned into an argument between them. I was tired. I said, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not doing it no more. And I did tell my mama that story until years later. And I told her, I said, honey, I'm telling you to your face, I was not coming back to this house. Because in my head, you had chose him over us. You know what I'm saying? And and the kids was comfortable with calling him daddy. I wasn't. So I was done.
But see, you gotta remember, everybody knows when it comes to adolescence, children to the adolescent stage to the young adult.
Yeah.
Life is about adaptivity. Okay. And it's some things you're not going to deal with or tolerate or adapt to. You know,
right.
It was a gentleman in our life that was really my sister's father today, and he used to put his hands on my mother. Right. Okay, I'm gonna let my mother was a small woman, but she also was a martial artist. So she can handle herself a little bit, you know what I'm saying, here and there. But then once it's like, how many times you gonna let that happen? You get what I'm saying? And so even when I was a young, I wasn't even I might have been 13. But this is when she knew there was a major problem, because he get angry, and he was a third-degree tiger in Kung Fu. So, you know what I'm saying? Why would you want to put your hands on a woman like that? So he jumped up one time. They were arguing. He got them hands on. He jumped up. He pushed her down, slapping her around. Boom, boom. They going at it. I'm sitting on the end of my bed with my door open. They fighting back and forth past my door. Right. When I seen him jump up and snap kick my mom, and she fall in the hallway toward the kitchen past my door. Right. He go past the door, jumping up like he finna be on top of her. Before I knew it, Meech, I had jumped up. We had the chime doorbells, the one that's built into the wall in the house. They got the brass pipes hanging in, the long solid brass pipe. This wasn't a cheap one. This is an old house. They had the whole solid. I snatched one of them motherfuckers loose, and the last thing you heard was whoop. I cracked him clean in the back of his motherfucking head while he was standing over my mother about to hit her. Right. And when I say I cracked his ass, bloodshot hit the wall. Okay. He grabbed it, and I still remember his face. And he looked at it and he said, "Fell." And he fell. Right. And I jumped. My mother got up. I got her, and we went to the kitchen. And he jumped up and was like, no, when he went to lunging at me. But before he could lunge over there, Meech, sing! I had that motherfucker, bro, I will cut your ass, man, asshole appetite. I'm telling you. Bro, I was tight. I'm talking. I said, do it, motherfucker. My mother was like, oh. She never heard me cuss. Right. But at that point, it was too, I was fed up. Right. And I said, do it, motherfucker, please do it. Right. So now she trying to talk me down. He pissed off. He done. He's sitting there like, oh shit. Like I'm like, so now you don't walk off. Right. She had to peel my hands from around the night. So at that point, now it's time to separate me. Right. Okay. Yeah, because like in her mind, she's like, okay, this nigga gonna kill this nigga about his mom. You know what I'm saying? Right. So here, that's when the separation came, and she was smart enough to go ahead and move. You know what I'm saying? Get on by her business. You know what I'm saying? And they had an off and on relationship, and then he got too comfortable again. And after a while, he never did it for a long time, and all of a sudden he got too comfortable. But this is what it is. She had to own everything in this time. That was his house. Right.
Okay.
And he tried it. And I never forget the day he tried it. Because I told you what my mother do. She did the same shit either. And all I heard him run, I heard him snatch up and say, "You gonna talk to me?" And all I heard was that little woman go, "Yeah." And I heard a grown-ass man hit the floor. She split that nigga from here to here like it was two lips.
Mm.
And he leaking like this, and I come out the room, and he gonna look at me, and say, "Look what she did to me and everything." And I just closed my door. I said, "Mama, you all right?" She was like, "Yeah." She said, "I wish you would. If he tried, she standing in the stands like, I'm gonna take his ass clean out." You know what I'm saying? And I looked at him, I was like, I went back in my room, closed the door.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Boom. Actually,
well,
that's a whole nother subject. Because see, I'm gonna get on that on another show. That's a whole nother subject because I know what my mama did to my daddy. See, that used to piss me off with her and Edward because I was like, "Girl, you act like you wasn't scared of my damn daddy. You stepped there flipping him over tables and shit." But because,
yeah.
Okay, I was like, yeah, okay. Let me go to these comments. Chad, because okay. Not the wet leather braided belt wasn't nothing worse than getting whipped naked with the belt, with those little holes in it. Make no mistake, I didn't get whooped, I got beat. But it definitely served its purpose for me at least. Okay. One time I was 9, I missed the home computer, kept denying it. When my mom kept asking who broke it, and got some software CD boxes thrown at me in succession, and my ass whooped. I can't believe I'm even alive right now. Okay. No, she didn't see no software. Okay. One of the best ass whoopers is when you are skipping school, either at house or hanging at the neighborhood, knowing people know people who gonna tell on you. Yeah, honey. That's another. I didn't do all that, but okay. Close your mouth because you cold busted. That was a long ride home for her. All right, Big Red. Yes, blow them cheeks out. Never again. Okay. Now children call the police on parents. You know, and that's because they let them do that old crazy ass shit. Yeah, but then when the police and society hurts them, even worse. How about that? Okay. Yes, I tried my pops one time at 15, but when he put his fist through the wall and didn't flinch, that was the end of that. Scared straight as fuck. So true, Meat, about it, especially a man or a woman who isn't related to them, to discipline their mate's children should not punish them. Okay, love the t-shirts, Meet to Big Red. Okay, yeah, this is Stephanie Mills on this one. Okay, I got other ones that I got that I'll be sharing throughout the broadcast. Okay, and that's Atlanta Hot Radio over there. What's wrong with these parents? What's wrong with these parents allowing their mates whipping and abusing their kids? What the fuck is wrong with them? Been there, done that. Let me address that. See, oftentimes, when parents come, I have a problem with it when they're new to the scene.
Right.
Okay. You don't come in and automatically get parental rights because you fucking my mama or because you my daddy's bitch. You don't get parental rights right away. You got to earn that because the whole idea of disciplining the kids is because you're trying to correct the wrong. Okay, which means that I have to trust you enough to do that shit. Okay, now Edward and my mama have been dating, what, in the earlier stage when this was going on. The last time that he and I had a problem like that, that was 1982. My parents had divorced in 1980. Okay, so they're like 2 years into this, but he had always been around and this, that, and the other. And so, okay, right?
All right.
Then, the idea of him being the man that he was started fucking with me. And this is why I said I had to learn that my mother was a woman because she allowed that to be a part of her life. And I never would have thought that my mother would be sharing a man.
Well, this
You
is something
know,
that, you know what I'm saying, that what I did earlier, you know what I'm saying, when I called you during my disciplinary moment here at the house.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. All three of you met the two girls. Okay, okay. Neither one of them are biologically my kids.
right,
Not even him.
uh-huh,
So, but I'm the only father he really, well, I ain't gonna say that because I set it up for him to know his dad and I let him spend time with him when he was living here.
right,
When he was living. So, but to be honest with you, it's kind of a double-edged sword with that because his dad is in a way where he don't really have it. You know what I'm saying? His mind ain't right. He'd rather
right,
be drinking and hanging on the streets. But he's very humble to me and he always respects what I do when it comes to his son.
right,
So biologically, yes, that's your child. But everything else, that's your 0.1. The 99 is all me. Because
right,
the boy carries my last name.
right. Okay. And see,
You
that's
weren't
what it
even
is.
there when you were born.
And
His
that's my
middle name
point. Is what?
His middle name is my first name. He's named as if he's my biological child.
Oh, wow.
My signature is
Okay.
the one on the doggone birth certificate.
Okay.
Feel me?
Okay.
There's only a few of us like that in this world. You know what I'm saying? Just like them
Right.
girls. Like them girls. They dad ain't worth for shit. He ain't motherfucking. He probably spent $50 between the two of them since they've been born, and both of them is motherfucking 18 and 16. And then he might have 5 hours in their life.
Mm. But see, that's the difference there because and which is supporting the point. I can't stand it when women let men because this is your dick that you let him do or come in thinking that he got a ready-made family.
Right.
You know, I also do not like the fact that for those women who go out looking for men to be built-in family because you need a daddy for your kids. I don't like that. And then I don't like men who come in thinking that they're supposed to be, and you ain't earned it.
They ain't
Okay?
earned shit.
You ain't earned it.
And
So
I was with her.
anytime that starts to happen.
I was with her 3 years before I interacted with the girls.
Right.
But I was with her, man, a good time before, you know what I'm saying? They actually came to me. They wrote me a letter. It was real cute. 2 young little girls wrote me a letter asking, can they call me dad?
Okay.
I thought that was cute, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You got to earn your space. Earn your space.
You have to earn that. Yeah, you have to earn that. And that's what a lot of that is. So it's a twofold on that because oftentimes, JoJo, particularly with single women who end up having new mates to come in or whatever, especially if they have boys, you know, they have male children. Oftentimes they're looking for another male to give some balance there. You know, if they don't have brothers or their father or whatever, or anybody that can help shape these boys, then they bring these boyfriends in, you know, and then and like I said, either some of them go out looking for that. I need a daddy for my kids.
Right.
And then some men come in thinking that, oh, because I'm with their mama, I'm supposed to do this. No, you're supposed to accept the fact that she got kids if you're gonna fuck with her. Okay. But you're not supposed to think that you're supposed to be daddy because that's not what you're there for. Now you can help and counsel and coach. But that's got to be earned because kids are not going to be receptive to that, which is why I had a problem with that in the beginning. Because when mama was in the beginning, well, wait a minute. No, hold on. That's different times.
See,
but that was the 70s.
I don't like no woman. This is what I like. This is what I'm talking about. I don't like no woman that pressures the man to discipline her son, the man child.
Right.
That you may, as a man in a relationship with her, you may have only known him less than a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in that situation before when I had to rebuild my life and I was with somebody. They had a son and he was doing some messed up stuff. And I would talk to him and I'd be like, man, you better go in and do what your mama said or clean your room. You know what I'm saying? Your mom said clean your room, you better go in and get it cracking. If you want me to come help you, I'll help you. That's how I talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he doggone do something out of the ordinary, and then she come into my son. She'll come in and I'll never forget it. It was the most young-minded shit I ever seen. It made me look at her different. She came in there and said,
Okay.
"You need to go whoop your son's ass." Bitch, he was walking, talking, and going to the bathroom by himself, like a grown ass man, and taking baths by himself. When I got here, what the fuck you mean, my son?
Right.
I'm not trying to be funny, but don't do that when he has a walking, talking, living dad. He might not be but a piece of shit.
Right.
But that's a situation that you have to allow him and I to develop. You can't just
right.
You want me to go disciplinary.
Right.
For what? So he'll just be
Add water and stir.
I'll be the man that he hates. The guy whooping his ass all the time. I'm not doing that.
Right. Okay. So yeah, wait a minute, hold on. Now that's the reverse side of the coin where you overstep your bounds and you've been taught that anger leads to causing people pain. You learn what you are taught. Okay, exactly. Big Red defending Mama Bear. I'm so glad she stands her ground fully. Yes. Okay. Even worse, women letting their girlfriends or boyfriends and men letting their boyfriends or girlfriends hurt their kids. Okay. Right. And in that they let them hurt them and then you don't put them in motherfucking check. You know, and everything is lovey-dovey because they said some shit or they fucked you good. No, This is actually a sad conversation for me to be a part of. We all have been punished as children in ways that I feel are can be hurtful to our emotional development. My mom punished us out of emotion like embarrassment, anger, disappointment. My dad punished us because there were consequences to bad behavior. I've been in therapy for a long time on and off, and I've never had to bring up my dad, if you catch my meaning. Okay, right. Dig it. I got it. Gotcha. Right. But you just said something. What you just said was there was a difference out of emotion and carrying on because she mad and then you got the brunt. Your punishment was not for you. She hitting you because she hitting the person that pissed her off or whatever in her head that you're dealing with. The father's choice was, okay, there's a consequence for behavior, good, bad, or indifferent. There's a consequence for it. If you do good, this is a consequence. If you do all your chores, do what you're supposed to do, you get your allowance at the end of the week. If you don't, okay, boom, there's a consequence. Okay. I said it's sad because it hurts to hear what we've been through as children. In context of today, raising my daughter, I desperately hope she never is on the receiving end of these stories. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. The way parenting is now, Amy, I'm sure that you have taken a different approach. No different approaches, different methods of carrying on. And your daughter's gonna have her own stories, honey, because it's gonna be her pain and what she thought she could get away with, and then her life experience growing up, becoming the woman she's going to become. Okay, one is never born a woman, one becomes one. Oh, I love that line.
And a great thing about raising girls, I tell people this all the time, true men. If there's a true male figure in your life, Amy, or around you, whether it's an uncle, you know what I'm saying, brother, whatever it is, have a adult conversation with them about taking, you know what I'm saying, when a mature man that's a real man example takes one of these young ladies on a date between the two of them to show them exactly what it is that they should be treated like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like if you give them that exemplification, that right there is one of the greatest guidance tools in the world, because that allows you to bond and also allows them to ask questions that they wouldn't ask the mama figure. They're going to ask the male figure. You know what I'm saying? And it puts them in a comfort zone. And it's also always good for a female to have a male, somebody to confide in and to speak to about things they can't talk to their mom about, and vice versa. Exactly.
Exactly.
Every boy should have a mama, auntie, or grandmama that he needed to speak to when he can't talk to his father.
Okay.
So
So, and then you have it. Okay. Well, she said that's a good idea. Okay. Right. Yes, honey. And see, you a new mama, honey. So I know everything right now might be scary and things, methods here, method of what works, what doesn't work. It's all trial and error, honey. It's all trial and error because the methods that you hear, some may work for some and then some won't. As you are learning your child, honey, she's going to dictate to you how to handle her. Okay, because
I just,
she's going to become her own individual.
Amy, you can always reach out to me, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? You got a friend of me. You can always reach out to me because I look at it like this. I'm raising 2 stepdaughters, 2 biological daughters that I have raised, and both of them are successful. One is a doggone culinary artist chef. The other one is a doggone a big corporate broker for U.S. Bank. And
Okay.
and the other 2 here. One is an awesome student that's going places, knows what she wants to do a career in life, and the other one is trying to be an RN, and she's going to be an RN because she's already in Valdosta State. So I think me showing them the walks of light of what they should expect.
Right.
I think those examples that I've given, it slows them down and it gives them clarity. And you know what I'm saying? Because the examples you give, the pickings out here today, it's very few and far between. There's 1 out of every 10 that's going to be that.
Okay.
So I think
exactly.
So fathers, uncles, brothers, dads, granddads, date the young ladies and the young teens, the young adults, the females out there. Show them what it is and how they need to be treated as a woman.
See? And there you have it. So wait a minute, I'm going to do this last comment. Jojo says this, so true. There's a total difference between whipping them with love and life lessons and whipping them with abuse motives to hurt them on purpose. Yeah, child, completely. So, all right then, my darlings, this is a good conversation. We didn't get to the tea leaf reading today, and that's because, child, this is how the conversation was, child. So what we're going to do, we're going to let you good people get back to your evenings and carry it on. And we're going to go on from there. Amy says, what? My uncle was like my best friend growing up. He's the reason I moved to Atlanta right out of high school. Unfortunately, he took his own life 8 years ago. Ooh. Ooh. So, okay, whatever his pain and stuff he was going through, he saw that as his best option to alleviate it. So now you're in the process of rebuilding your village and this, that, and the other. So, but take your time with that, though, honey. Right now, you have family and things, and from your own experiences how you grew up. Now, take what worked that you can brag on. Take what worked, use that as the foundation, and then reach out and start creating your own village. You know how to create your own village because you know what works for you and what doesn't, and you know the type of energy that you want to surround yourself with. That's a real big, huge thing. And also pay attention to your child's energy because kids come directly from the source, child. When they babies and carrying on, honey, they are very honest and true. That innocence is there until we start to adulterate it. When they say they don't want to fuck with nobody, honey, trust them. That's a I don't make when you know how.
Matter of fact, not to cut you off, everybody here that has children, that's raising children, that's here on the show tonight. I'll be announcing it soon, but I got the car club putting together this idea I've always had, and finally it's coming together, and I think it's going to be something glorious. It might be an annual thing.
Okay.
We're going to do the world's biggest slumber party. I'm waiting on this hotel to let us know what it is, but the world's biggest slumber party, and we're going to get sponsorships from pizza places and entertainment stuff and all this for one night, you know what I'm saying? And I think it'll be an awesome turnout, and we're going to give the money to charity.
Okay. And there you have it. So it's a beautiful thing. So, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. Ooh, honey. And you've been dishing tea. darlings, with Big Meech and Aunt Nikki and the big guy ally over there. That's Big Red, honey. If you love us, tell a friend, baby. If you hate us, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this: one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, honey. Everything that we're doing over here will move forward. Okay. We got some cute things coming down the pipeline for 2021. I'm excited. We're going to have some merchandise coming for y'all, for all of y'all. We got merchandise on the way, baby. We got some cute little shits coming. Because we got t-shirts coming to rep who you are. You a tea sipper, you a crumpet dunker, you a pot stirrer, you a tea brewer, you a tea leaf reader. What you got? We got all kinds. We got shirts. We got slides coming. I'm trying to design for the mugs and carrying on, so you can be sipping your tea out your mug and things. Honey, we got merch coming down the way.
I don't know if I want to dunk my crumpet or stir my pot. I don't know what I mean.
Depending on how you dunking it and what you're stirring with, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always exciting. I'm an excellent sipper. So
you know what? Stop. Okay. But yes. But yeah, keep that in mind. January 8th, y'all save that date because we're gonna have Melvin Riley Jr. from Ready for the World. He is coming to the live here, but on the 29th of December, he's coming to the radio show. So you can catch them both, honey, because his publicist, like, she said, can I be greedy? Can we do both days? I said, you sure can. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's coming real soon. And we got a couple other surprises coming down the way once we get a yes. Well, we put it together. Like I said, all I'm gonna say is the category is okay. And the category is how. So we got some stuff coming down the way for you. So on that note, my darlings, thank you so much for your love, your time, and this, that, and the other. Oh, you know what? Where's our names? Our names have not been up here, and I'm just not clocking that. Why aren't our names up here?
I noticed that the other night.
Because they're in on the thing here, but I don't know why. Okay, I got to look at that to find out what's what. And we are going to be doing fundraiser drives and carrying on. What you say? Perhaps. Out in the valley. So we got some things coming down the way. So yeah. But on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. And thank you for your time, your love, and your energy. So on that note, honey, how and sing.